There's a moment when you realize you've been underestimated. It's the sting of someone doubting your worth, mocking your strength, or testing your resolve. That quiet hum of disrespect can either crush you or ignite a fire so bright they'll wish they never crossed you. The truth is, some people thrive on bringing others down, on underestimating, undermining, or dismissing you. They think your silence is weakness, your calmness is submission. But here's the secret they don't see coming. Silence, when paired with mastery, is the ultimate power move. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to argue to prove your point. In fact, the most profound transformations, the kind that leave others speechless, happen when you step back, gather your strength, and let your actions do all the talking. No one fears noise. They fear control. They fear precision. They fear the unshakable force of someone who knows how to move without announcing it. Strength isn't loud. Strength is measured in restraint, in the ability to hold your ground without letting their chaos infect your peace. It's in walking away, not because you're defeated, but because your energy is too valuable to waste on those who won't appreciate it. People who despise you expect reactions. They expect you to explain, to defend, to fight for scraps of dignity they've already decided not to give you. But what they don't expect is your calm indifference, a silence so powerful it forces them to look inward. When you stop feeding their fire, they start questioning their flames, and that's where your power lies. Life has a way of testing us with people who underestimate our value. A co-worker who speaks over you, a so-called friend who minimizes your achievements, a partner who dismisses your needs. They want you to shrink, to question your worth, to lose yourself in their opinions. But they've underestimated something far greater than they realize: your ability to rise above their games, to rise so silently, so steadily, that they won't see it coming until they're left wondering how they ever thought they could diminish you. Think of the strongest individuals you've ever known. Were they the loudest in the room? Did they demand respect, or did they command it through their presence alone? True power doesn't chase validation. It doesn't plead to be acknowledged. It exists in the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth, regardless of whether others see it. And that's what makes it so fearsome. Because deep down, those who despise you aren't just reacting to you. They're reacting to what they lack within themselves. The person who underestimates you is projecting their own insecurities. They see your strength as a threat, your potential as a reflection of their shortcomings. Their disdain is not about you, it's about the fear of what you represent. And here's where your silence becomes a mirror. When you refuse to engage in their chaos, you force them to sit with their own. It's unsettling, isn't it? To look at someone who won't break, who won't be dragged into petty battles or pointless arguments. They're left with nothing but their own discomfort, and they fear what it reveals. But this isn't about revenge. It's not about being petty or playing games. It's about reclaiming your space, your energy, and your dignity. It's about living so intentionally, so authentically, that their opinions hold no weight. When you master this, something extraordinary happens. The same people who doubted you, dismissed you, or tried to belittle you will start watching you with a different kind of intensity. They'll see the power in your silence, the strength in your actions, and the depth of your confidence. And they'll realize, perhaps too late, that underestimating you was their greatest mistake. Power isn't about overpowering others. It's about mastering yourself. It's about staying rooted in your values, in your goals, in your purpose, regardless of who tries to shake you. When you cultivate this kind of inner strength, the opinions of others lose their grip. You stop needing their approval. You stop fearing their judgment. Instead, you become a force of nature, calm, composed, and unstoppable. And this isn't just theory. It's a practice, a daily commitment to choosing silence over reaction, composure over chaos, and self-respect over validation. It's about learning to walk away not because you're weak, but because you're too strong to waste your time. It's about turning your focus inward, growing in ways they never thought possible, and letting your success speak so loudly that they can't ignore it. Each silent action you take is a step toward building this strength. When you refuse to respond to their provocation, you're teaching them that their words have no power over you. When you set a boundary without explanation, you're showing them that your time and energy are sacred. And when you focus on your growth, your goals, and your peace, you're creating a life so fulfilling that their opinions become irrelevant. They might not understand it at first. They might push harder, test your resolve, or mock your detachment. But the truth is, they're unsettled. They fear what they can't control, and your silence is the ultimate demonstration of control. It's the calm in the storm, the stillness that reminds them of their own chaos. So, let them think they've won. Let them believe they've gotten under your skin. And then, quietly, steadily, prove them wrong, not with words, but with actions. Show them that your strength isn't something they can touch. Your peace isn't something they can break. And your worth isn't something they can define. This is the kind of power that builds legacies. It's not about defeating others. It's about mastering yourself so completely that you become unshakable. And when you embody this strength, something incredible happens. The person who once despised you begins to see you differently. They start to question their assumptions, to wonder how they could have missed your strength. They may never admit it, but deep down, they'll respect you. And that respect? It's rooted in fear. Not fear of you, but fear of what your strength reflects about themselves. As you embark on this journey of silent power, remember this: your worth is not up for debate. Your strength doesn't need validation, and your peace is too precious to be disturbed by those who don't see your value. Stay rooted in this truth, and let your actions speak for you. Because when words fail, actions leave no room for doubt. And that's when true respect, and yes, even fear, takes hold. This is your time to rise, to step into your strength, and to show the world, silently but powerfully, exactly who you are. When you decide to step away from someone or something that drains your peace, there's a shift, not just within you, but in how others perceive you. It's not always an act of giving up. Often, it's the ultimate assertion of strength. Silence has a language of its own, one that speaks of clarity, boundaries, and an unshakable sense of self-worth. People are drawn to power, and the most profound form of power is the quiet kind, the type that doesn't announce itself but commands attention nonetheless. This is the essence of silent detachment, a move so subtle yet so significant it leaves those around you questioning their own footing. Stepping away without explanations changes the dynamic entirely. In a world where people expect reactions and justifications, your refusal to engage speaks volumes. When you don't play the games others set up, you remove their control over you. Your detachment becomes the loudest declaration of your value. While others may mistake silence for surrender, it's actually the mark of someone who has outgrown the need to explain their every move. Silent detachment begins with clarity. To detach effectively, you must first recognize what no longer serves your peace. This isn't about reacting in anger or frustration. It's about quietly assessing what deserves your energy. Detachment is rooted in the understanding that you are not obligated to explain your boundaries. The more you feel compelled to justify yourself, the more you give others access to question your choices. True detachment means walking away with such calmness that your actions alone convey your strength. When you step back without explanation, it forces others to sit with their behavior. Those who thrive on control or chaos often rely on provoking a response to feel validated. Your silence denies them that satisfaction. It creates a vacuum, one that compels them to reflect on what they've lost. They may initially misinterpret your absence as indifference, but in time, they'll realize it's a deliberate act of self-respect. This understanding unsettles them more than any argument ever could. Silent detachment also reshapes relationships. People who are used to overstepping your boundaries or taking you for granted find themselves faced with a new reality. Without your explanations or defenses, they have no way to diminish your decisions. Your absence becomes a boundary they can't cross, and your silence a wall they can't scale. This leaves them with two choices. Either they reflect and grow, or they fade into irrelevance. Either outcome strengthens your position. One of the most striking aspects of silent detachment is how it shifts the focus inward. When you're no longer consumed by the need to engage with others' negativity, you reclaim the space to grow. This doesn't mean cutting ties impulsively. It's about making intentional decisions to protect your peace. Growth flourishes in silence because it's in those quiet moments that you can reconnect with your values and goals. The energy once wasted on conflict can now be redirected toward creating a life that reflects your true self. Silent detachment also teaches the importance of timing. Walking away doesn't mean giving up at the first sign of discomfort. Instead, it's about discerning when your efforts are no longer fruitful. It takes wisdom to recognize that staying in certain situations only drains your strength. By choosing to leave, you're not abandoning the situation, you're prioritizing your well-being. That decision carries immense weight, not because of what you've left behind, but because of what you're moving toward. When you detach, people notice. Your absence carries an undeniable presence. They might not understand your reasons, but they'll feel the shift. The beauty of silent detachment is that it doesn't require explanations. Your actions convey everything they need to know. Those who truly value you will respect your choice, and those who don't will show their true colors. Either way, you win. The process of silent detachment is as much about self-preservation as it is about growth. It's a practice of letting go of what weighs you down while holding on to what builds you up. It requires strength to walk away from situations that are familiar but toxic. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to step back from what harms you. In every act of detachment, there's an underlying confidence that speaks louder than words. The confidence of someone who knows their worth, who refuses to settle for less, and who understands that not every battle is worth fighting. This confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, steady, and resolute. It's the kind of confidence that makes others take notice, even if they don't fully understand it. Silent detachment also protects your mental and emotional energy. When you engage with negativity or allow others to overstep your boundaries, you deplete yourself. Detachment is a way of reclaiming that energy, of choosing where to invest it. By stepping away, you create space for what truly matters. You're no longer a participant in someone else's chaos. You're the architect of your own peace. This approach isn't about punishing others. It's about honoring yourself. When you choose silent detachment, you're sending a powerful message. Your peace is non-negotiable. This isn't always easy. Detachment can be met with resistance, confusion, or even anger, but the strength lies in holding your ground. The longer you stay true to your decision, the more others will begin to understand the depth of your conviction. In the long run, silent detachment has a transformative effect on your life. It creates room for healthier relationships, fosters personal growth, and reinforces your self-worth. It allows you to break free from cycles of negativity and to focus on what truly brings you fulfillment. It's not just an act of self-preservation, it's a declaration of your value, a value that doesn't need to be explained or defended, only lived. As you practice silent detachment, you'll notice how much lighter life becomes. The weight of others' expectations, opinions, and negativity begins to fade. You'll find yourself surrounded by people and situations that align with your values. And the best part, the person you become in the process, stronger, wiser, and more at peace than ever before. This is the power of silent detachment, not as an act of defiance, but as a testament to your strength. It's a way of standing tall without needing to stand in the spotlight, of commanding respect without demanding it, and of protecting your peace without explanation. Through this, you not only reclaim your power, but also inspire others to do the same. In your silence, they see your strength, and in your absence, they feel your worth. When you master the art of detachment, something extraordinary happens. The noise around you starts to fade, leaving behind a clarity that cannot be shaken. But detachment alone isn't enough to navigate a world filled with provocations. To truly rise above, you must learn to master your emotions. Control over your reactions is more than a skill. It is a shield, a strategy, and a statement of power. Those who seek to provoke, test, or manipulate you thrive on chaos, but they crumble in the face of unwavering calm. This is where emotional control transforms you into someone truly untouchable. Emotional control begins with understanding the triggers that ignite your reactions. Everyone has them, moments where anger, frustration, or insecurity threaten to take over. The key is awareness. Recognizing these triggers isn't a weakness, it's a strength. When you know what stirs your emotions, you gain the ability to pause before reacting. That pause is where your power lies. Instead of giving others the satisfaction of seeing you rattled, you show them a depth of composure they cannot shake. When someone tries to provoke you, they're handing you their power. By reacting impulsively, you feed their control. Emotional control reclaims that power. It's not about suppressing feelings, but about channeling them in ways that serve you. A provocation might spark anger, but instead of lashing out, channel that energy into focus. Let it drive your goals rather than derail your peace. When you react with purpose rather than impulse, you leave no openings for manipulation. One of the most profound aspects of emotional control is its ability to disarm. Think about the energy of someone trying to provoke you. Their words or actions are designed to spark a reaction, to throw you off balance. But when you meet their efforts with calmness, the impact is reversed. They're left with their own frustration, their tactics exposed as ineffective. It's a psychological shift that tilts the power dynamic entirely in your favor. Emotional control also protects your well-being. Reacting to negativity can spiral into stress, regret, and a loss of focus. But by staying composed, you maintain clarity and protect your inner peace. This doesn't mean ignoring emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means allowing them to surface without letting them dictate your actions. Feelings are fleeting, but their consequences can be lasting. By choosing your reactions wisely, you build a foundation of steadiness that others cannot shake. Another critical element of emotional control is reframing. Provocation often stems from others' insecurities or projections. When someone criticizes, insults, or undermines you, it's rarely about you. Recognizing this shifts the narrative. Instead of personalizing their negativity, view it as a reflection of their struggles. This perspective not only reduces the sting of their words, but also allows you to respond with empathy, or, if needed, strategic indifference. Their attempt to provoke becomes an opportunity for growth, not a burden. Mastering emotional control doesn't mean suppressing passion or disconnecting from others. On the contrary, it enhances your ability to connect authentically. By responding calmly, you create space for meaningful dialogue rather than heated conflict. People are drawn to those who can navigate challenges without losing their composure. Your steadiness becomes a beacon, showing others that there's strength in calmness and courage in control. A significant part of emotional mastery is setting boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself. It's about deciding where your energy goes and refusing to let temporary provocations derail your long-term goals. When you set these boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself from negativity, you're also teaching others how to engage with you. Your calmness becomes a standard, a silent reminder that you won't be drawn into unnecessary conflict. Emotional control also fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable, and provocations come from all directions: work, relationships, or even strangers. Each instance is an opportunity to strengthen your ability to stay grounded. Over time, this practice builds an unshakable foundation. Challenges that once felt overwhelming become manageable. Instead of reacting to every disruption, you learn to choose your battles, conserving energy for what truly matters. One of the greatest outcomes of mastering your emotions is the respect it commands. People take notice of those who can maintain their composure in difficult situations. Your calmness signals strength, focus, and self-respect. It disarms aggressors and earns admiration from those who value stability. This respect isn't demanded. It's earned through consistent practice. And with respect comes influence, an ability to lead by example and inspire others to approach challenges with similar grace. Emotional control also enhances your decision-making. Reactions driven by emotions are often clouded and impulsive, leading to regret or unnecessary consequences. By maintaining control, you give yourself the clarity needed to make thoughtful choices. Whether it's deciding how to respond to criticism or navigating a high-stakes situation, this clarity ensures your actions align with your values and goals. Over time, these choices compound, leading to a life built on intentionality rather than reaction. The journey to mastering emotional control is deeply personal. It requires self-awareness, patience, and practice. But the rewards are transformative. Each time you choose calmness over chaos, you reinforce your ability to rise above. Each time you refuse to react impulsively, you strengthen your inner peace. And each time you reclaim your power, you set the stage for a life where you, not external circumstances, dictate your state of mind. At its core, emotional control is about freedom. The freedom to choose how you respond, to protect your peace, and to remain unshaken in the face of challenges. It's not a destination, but a continuous practice, one that shapes every aspect of your life. With each step, you'll find yourself more resilient, more focused, and more in tune with what truly matters. And as you master this skill, you'll discover that the greatest power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. When you control your emotions, you shield yourself from chaos. But the next level of mastery is not reacting at all. Silence can be sharper than words and more impactful than any emotional outburst. In a world where negativity thrives on engagement, the power of non-reaction becomes your ultimate strength. Those who seek to provoke often rely on your response to validate their behavior. By refusing to engage, you create an impenetrable barrier, turning their hostility into wasted energy. This is not avoidance. It is a deliberate act of preserving your peace and dismantling their attempts to disturb it. Non-reaction begins with understanding its purpose. It is not about suppressing your feelings or pretending you are unaffected. Instead, it is about consciously choosing where your energy goes. When faced with negativity, the natural impulse is to defend yourself or retaliate. But every reaction you give strengthens their hold over you. Non-reaction breaks this cycle. It shifts the focus away from their provocations and back to your control. By choosing silence, you deny them the power to dictate your state of mind. Negativity often thrives on attention. When someone lashes out or tries to undermine you, they are seeking validation through your response. Even a defensive or angry reaction feeds their need for significance. Non-reaction starves this cycle. When their words or actions are met with silence, they are left with nothing to fuel their hostility. This absence forces them to confront the emptiness of their efforts. They expected a fight, but instead they encounter a wall of calm. This dynamic is unsettling for them as it exposes their inability to influence you. Silence also creates space for reflection, both for you and for them. For you, it is a moment to regain clarity and decide whether engagement is worth your energy. For them, it is a mirror, reflecting their behavior back to them. Your lack of reaction often reveals the futility of their actions. Over time, this can discourage further attempts at provocation. The more consistently you practice non-reaction, the more others learn that their negativity will not elicit the response they seek. Non-reaction is a form of strength that cannot be easily understood by those who thrive on conflict. It takes self-control and a deep understanding of your own values to remain silent in the face of hostility. It's not about weakness or passivity. It's about choosing peace over chaos. This choice sends a powerful message. You are not easily manipulated, and your focus remains on what truly matters. Over time, this unshakable stance earns respect, even from those who initially sought to challenge you. Non-reaction is also a tool for self-preservation. Engaging with negativity often leaves you drained, stressed, and disconnected from your goals. Each interaction pulls you further away from your center. By choosing not to react, you protect your energy and maintain your focus. This doesn't mean you avoid every difficult conversation or conflict. Instead, it means discerning when engagement serves a purpose and when it doesn't. Non-reaction is about prioritizing your well-being over temporary emotional satisfaction. This practice also has a ripple effect on your relationships. When you refuse to engage in negativity, you set a higher standard for interaction. Others begin to understand that hostility or provocation will not be met with the reaction they expect. This can shift the dynamic entirely, creating an environment where calmness and respect are the norms. Those who cannot adapt to this new standard often distance themselves, making room for healthier connections in your life. Non-reaction also helps dismantle the ego. Much of our impulse to react stems from a need to defend our pride or prove ourselves right. By letting go of this need, you free yourself from the grip of ego-driven conflicts. This freedom allows you to approach situations with greater clarity and purpose. Instead of reacting to protect your image, you act, or choose not to act, in alignment with your values. This shift not only enhances your emotional control, but also deepens your sense of inner peace. One of the most empowering aspects of non-reaction is how it redefines power. True power is not in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. When you refuse to react to negativity, you reclaim your autonomy. You show that your peace is not dependent on external circumstances. This kind of power is deeply unsettling to those who rely on manipulation or aggression. It forces them to confront their own lack of control and often leads to a change in their behavior. Practicing non-reaction doesn't mean avoiding confrontation altogether. There are times when standing up for yourself is necessary. However, even in those moments, your response can come from a place of calm rather than impulse. By maintaining your composure, you assert your position without feeding the negativity. This balanced approach not only resolves conflicts more effectively, but also reinforces your image as someone who cannot be easily shaken. Non-reaction also cultivates patience. In a world that values quick responses and immediate gratification, the ability to pause and choose silence is a rare skill. Patience allows you to see the bigger picture, to recognize that not every battle needs to be fought. It reminds you that your energy is finite and should be spent on what truly matters. Over time, this patience becomes a source of strength, enabling you to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. As you continue to practice non-reaction, you'll notice a shift in how others perceive you. Your silence speaks volumes, conveying confidence and self-assurance. People are drawn to those who remain composed under pressure. This composure not only disarms hostility, but also inspires trust and admiration. Your ability to stay grounded becomes a source of influence, allowing you to lead by example and inspire others to approach challenges with similar calmness. The practice of non-reaction is not without its challenges. It requires discipline, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. There will be moments when the urge to react feels overwhelming. In these moments, remind yourself of the power you hold in silence. Each time you choose not to engage, you strengthen your ability to rise above. Each time you reclaim your energy, you reinforce your inner peace. And each time you dismantle hostility with calmness, you show the world and yourself that true power lies within. Silence disarms, but independence builds. As you master non-reaction, the next evolution is cultivating a strength that stands unshaken, no matter what comes your way. Independence isn't just about physical separation or financial freedom. It's about building an unyielding core that doesn't waver under judgment or pressure. Emotional self-reliance is the foundation of this fortitude, and when you embody it, you become untouchable. People who depend on control, validation, or manipulation often fear those who are self-sufficient, because independence cannot be dominated or swayed. Independence begins with understanding your emotional needs and taking full responsibility for them. External validation is a crutch many rely on to feel secure, but it's fragile and fleeting. To build inner fortitude, you must sever the reliance on others to define your worth. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting support. It means rooting your confidence in what is unchangeable, your own principles, values, and self-understanding. When your sense of self comes from within, no external opinion can unbalance you. People often project their insecurities onto others, attempting to control or diminish them to mask their own shortcomings. When you stand grounded in your independence, this projection loses its power. Their judgments, criticisms, or attempts to provoke become like waves crashing against a rock, present but incapable of altering your foundation. This steadiness disarms those who rely on external chaos to feel superior. Independence doesn't just shield you, it unsettles those who fear the freedom they cannot control. Inner fortitude grows through consistent self-reflection. Understanding what drives your emotions, what triggers your fears, and what defines your strengths is key to becoming emotionally self-reliant. Without this clarity, external forces can manipulate your insecurities. However, when you are deeply aware of yourself, these forces lose their grip. This self-awareness empowers you to navigate challenges without feeling threatened or uncertain. You don't need the approval or validation of others to affirm your choices. Your own understanding is enough. Independence also requires detachment from outcomes. Much of our emotional turmoil comes from clinging to specific results or fearing failure. Building inner fortitude involves embracing the process, focusing on effort rather than outcomes. This detachment not only reduces anxiety, but also fosters resilience. When your emotional state is no longer tied to external circumstances, you gain the freedom to act boldly without fear of loss or judgment. This freedom is intimidating to those who remain bound by their need for external control. Fortitude is further strengthened by setting firm boundaries. Independence doesn't mean rejecting connections, but rather cultivating relationships that respect your values and needs. Boundaries are not barriers, they are safeguards for your peace and growth. By clearly defining what is and isn't acceptable, you establish a framework that others must respect to engage with you. This clarity not only protects your emotional energy, but also reinforces your inner strength. Those who attempt to cross these boundaries find themselves met with calm, unwavering resolve. Another critical component of inner fortitude is self-discipline. Independence thrives on consistency and commitment. Cultivating habits that support your mental, emotional, and physical well-being builds a foundation of reliability within yourself. This discipline translates to every area of your life, reinforcing your ability to navigate challenges without crumbling under pressure. When you can rely on your own discipline, you need less from external sources, and this self-reliance becomes a hallmark of your independence. The journey to emotional independence also involves learning to embrace solitude. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Solitude provides the space to connect with yourself, to reflect on your goals, and to recharge your energy. It's in these moments of quiet that you discover the depth of your own strength. Solitude allows you to hear your inner voice without the noise of external influences, and this clarity becomes a guiding force in your life. People often fear those who are comfortable in their own company because it signifies a level of confidence they cannot shake. Inner fortitude isn't just about resisting external judgments, it's about transcending them. When you stop seeking validation from others, you also stop being affected by their criticisms. Their opinions become background noise, irrelevant to the life you're building. This transcendence doesn't mean arrogance. It means understanding that your worth isn't determined by external approval. It's a quiet strength that speaks louder than any words, commanding respect without demanding it. Resilience is a natural byproduct of emotional independence. When you no longer rely on others to provide stability, you become your own anchor. Challenges that once felt overwhelming are met with calm determination. Failures are no longer catastrophic. They're opportunities to grow. This resilience not only enhances your own life, but also inspires those around you. People are drawn to the quiet confidence of someone who remains steady in the face of adversity. And this influence often leads to stronger, healthier connections. Independence also requires letting go of comparisons. Measuring yourself against others is a trap that undermines your fortitude. Each person's journey is unique, and comparing yours to theirs only detracts from your growth. Building inner fortitude means focusing on your own progress, celebrating your own milestones, and learning from your own challenges. This focus frees you from the pressures of societal expectations and allows you to live authentically. Authenticity is one of the greatest strengths of independence, as it aligns your actions with your values and fosters a sense of fulfillment that cannot be shaken. The fear others feel toward independence often stems from their own insecurities. When they see someone who is emotionally self-reliant, it highlights their own dependence on external factors. This can manifest as jealousy, criticism, or attempts to undermine your confidence. However, these reactions are not a reflection of your worth, but of their struggles. Recognizing this dynamic allows you to respond with compassion or indifference, rather than being drawn into unnecessary conflict. Cultivating emotional independence also involves recognizing and rejecting toxic patterns. Whether in relationships, work, or personal habits, toxic patterns drain your energy and undermine your growth. Building inner fortitude means identifying these patterns and making deliberate choices to break free from them. This might involve ending unhealthy relationships, redefining your boundaries, or creating new habits that align with your goals. Each step you take toward eliminating toxicity strengthens your independence and reinforces your commitment to your own well-being. Inner fortitude is not about isolation. It's about creating a solid foundation that supports meaningful connections. Independence allows you to engage with others from a place of strength rather than need. This shift transforms your relationships, as they are built on mutual respect and shared values rather than dependence. The confidence that comes from emotional independence creates a magnetism that draws others to you, not because you need them, but because you choose to share your strength with them. Independence also enhances your ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and those who rely on external stability often struggle to navigate change. When your fortitude comes from within, you're better equipped to face uncertainty with confidence. This adaptability not only helps you overcome challenges, but also positions you as a leader in times of change. People look to those who remain steady in turbulent times, and your independence becomes a source of inspiration and guidance. As you cultivate inner fortitude, you'll notice a profound shift in how you experience the world. The judgments, expectations, and opinions of others lose their grip, leaving you free to focus on what truly matters. Your actions align more closely with your values, and your decisions are guided by clarity rather than fear. This transformation not only empowers you, but also sets an example for others. Independence is not just a personal strength. It's a legacy of resilience, confidence, and authenticity that inspires those around you. Building inner fortitude is a lifelong journey. It requires consistent effort, self-reflection, and a commitment to growth. But the rewards are immeasurable. With each step, You become less affected by external judgments and more aligned with your true self. You cultivate a strength that cannot be taken away, a confidence that commands respect, and a peace that remains unshaken. This is the power of independence, an unyielding force that sets you free. Independence creates a fortress, but calmness is the shield that deflects attacks. When others see that their words and actions cannot shake your peace, it unsettles them more than any argument ever could. Calmness is not passive, it is deliberate, measured, and deeply powerful. Critics expect chaos when they stir conflict, but what they do not anticipate is your ability to remain composed. That steadiness speaks volumes, rendering their attempts to provoke you ineffective. Tranquility, especially in the face of hostility, is not just a virtue. It is a weapon that silences even the harshest voices. Calmness begins with self-mastery. It requires discipline to control your reactions, especially when emotions are high. Critics often rely on triggering frustration or anger to gain control of the narrative. By remaining calm, you deny them the satisfaction of watching you unravel. This refusal to engage emotionally shifts the dynamic entirely. While they expect an outburst, they are met with silence and composure, which forces them to question their approach. Their attempts to dominate the conversation lose power when you don't react on their terms. Tranquility also demonstrates a level of confidence that cannot be faked. When you stay calm, you signal that you are secure in yourself and your decisions. This confidence is disarming because it leaves no room for doubt. Critics thrive on finding weaknesses to exploit, but composure gives them nothing to work with. It's not about pretending to be unaffected, but about genuinely maintaining your peace, knowing that their opinions do not define you. This quiet confidence creates an unspoken authority, making others rethink their attacks. One of the most profound effects of calmness is its ability to shift the focus. In heated situations, critics often rely on your reaction to validate their claims. They want to show that you are unreasonable or defensive. But when you respond with calmness, you redirect attention to their behavior. Their hostility becomes more apparent, and the contrast between their chaos and your composure highlights their lack of control. This psychological shift can lead to self-reflection on their part, as they are forced to confront the futility of their actions. Calmness is also a strategic choice. In moments of conflict, emotions can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. By staying composed, you create space for rational thinking and thoughtful responses. This clarity not only helps you navigate challenges more effectively, but also reinforces your position as someone who cannot be easily swayed by negativity. Critics often rely on emotional reactions to weaken their targets, but when you remain steady, you turn the situation to your advantage. Maintaining calmness requires practice, especially in high-pressure environments. It starts with developing an awareness of your triggers and learning how to pause before responding. Deep breathing, mental reframing, and grounding techniques can help you stay centered. These practices not only prevent impulsive reactions, but also build resilience over time. The more you practice calmness, the stronger your ability to maintain it becomes, even in the most challenging situations. Calmness also has a ripple effect. When others see your composure, it often influences their behavior. In group settings, your tranquility can diffuse tension and encourage more thoughtful dialogue. Critics who expect resistance or confrontation may find themselves mirroring your calmness as their attempts to provoke you fail to gain traction. This ability to influence the emotional tone of a situation is a subtle but powerful form of leadership, earning you respect even from those who initially opposed you. The psychological impact of calmness extends beyond silencing critics. It also protects your mental and emotional well-being. Reacting to negativity can drain your energy and leave you feeling unsettled. By maintaining your composure, you shield yourself from the chaos others try to impose. This protection allows you to focus on what truly matters, preserving your peace and clarity. Over time, this habit of calmness becomes second nature, creating a foundation of stability that others cannot disrupt. Calmness is also deeply connected to emotional intelligence. Understanding your own emotions and those of others allows you to navigate conflicts with empathy and grace. Critics often lash out from a place of insecurity or frustration. Recognizing this doesn't excuse their behavior, but gives you insight into their motivations. This understanding allows you to respond, or not respond, from a place of strength rather than defensiveness. Your calmness becomes a reflection of your emotional maturity, further disarming those who seek to provoke you. Another key aspect of calmness is its ability to foster respect. People are naturally drawn to those who remain composed under pressure. Your ability to stay grounded demonstrates a level of control and self-assurance that commands admiration. This respect doesn't just come from those who agree with you. Even critics are often forced to acknowledge the strength it takes to remain calm in the face of adversity. This respect, once earned, can lead to stronger, more constructive interactions in the future. Calmness also reinforces your boundaries. Critics often test your limits, pushing to see how far they can go. By maintaining your composure, you signal that their attempts to overstep will not succeed. Your calmness becomes a silent but firm boundary, one that protects your energy and reinforces your independence. This ability to hold your ground without confrontation is one of the most effective ways to disarm hostility and maintain control over your own narrative. The practice of calmness is not about suppressing emotions, but about mastering them. It's about recognizing that your peace is worth protecting and that not every conflict deserves your energy. This mastery creates a sense of freedom, allowing you to navigate challenges without feeling overwhelmed or controlled by external forces. The more you cultivate this inner calm, the more resilient you become, not just in the face of critics, but in all aspects of life. Calmness also transforms how you perceive criticism. Instead of seeing it as a threat, you begin to view it as an opportunity for growth or insight. Not all criticism is malicious. Some may hold valuable lessons or perspectives. When you approach it with composure, you can discern between constructive feedback and unwarranted negativity. This discernment allows you to grow from criticism without being weighed down by it, further strengthening your position. Over time, calmness becomes more than a response. It becomes a defining trait. It shapes how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth or defend your decisions, as your composure speaks for itself. This shift not only silences critics, but also empowers you to focus on your goals without distraction. Calmness becomes both a shield and a beacon, protecting you from negativity while guiding you toward your purpose. As you continue to practice calmness, you'll notice its transformative power in every area of your life. Conflicts become less daunting, criticism loses its sting, and your interactions with others grow more meaningful. The weapon of calm is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with unwavering strength. It is a testament to your resilience, a reflection of your confidence, and a tool for creating a life defined by peace and purpose. Calmness creates space for clarity, but boundaries define how that space is protected. There's a quiet power in knowing when to say no. It's not about confrontation or creating distance. It's about establishing a framework for your energy and focus. Boundaries are not walls, they're pathways that ensure respect, both for yourself and from others. When you set limits without drama, you communicate strength in a way that doesn't need loud declarations. It's subtle but profound, and it's one of the most effective ways to protect your peace and align your actions with your values. Saying no is often misunderstood. Many see it as rejection or conflict, but in truth, it's an act of self-respect. Boundaries are a reflection of what you value most: your time, energy, and priorities. When you establish them, you're not pushing others away. You're creating a structure that allows relationships and responsibilities to flourish in healthy ways. The strength of a boundary lies in its clarity, not in its rigidity. A clear boundary doesn't need to be aggressively defended because it naturally communicates respect. Setting boundaries begins with understanding what truly matters to you. Without this clarity, it's easy to overextend yourself, saying yes to things that drain your energy or pull you away from your goals. Reflect on your priorities and identify what aligns with your values. This self-awareness serves as the foundation for your boundaries. When you know what's important, it becomes easier to recognize when something doesn't fit and to say no without guilt. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's essential for growth and contribution. One of the most effective ways to set boundaries is through subtle but firm communication. You don't need to explain or justify your limits in great detail. A simple and direct response often carries more weight than a lengthy explanation. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this because I'm too busy," try, "I'm not available for that." This clarity leaves little room for negotiation while maintaining respect. People are more likely to respect your boundaries when they sense that you're confident in them. Boundaries also involve consistency. Setting a limit once is not enough. It must be reinforced through your actions. If you constantly make exceptions or allow others to push your limits, the boundary becomes meaningless. Consistency doesn't mean rigidity. It means standing firm in your decisions while remaining open to genuine dialogue when necessary. This balance ensures that your boundaries are both respected and adaptable to changing circumstances. Establishing boundaries can sometimes trigger resistance or disappointment from others, especially those who have benefited from your lack of limits in the past. This reaction is not a reflection of your worth, but of their adjustment to the new dynamic. It's important to remember that boundaries are not about pleasing everyone. They're about creating a structure that honors your well-being. The discomfort others may feel is temporary, but the benefits of protecting your energy are long-lasting. Saying no can also feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to prioritizing others' needs over your own. However, each time you set a boundary, you build confidence in your ability to advocate for yourself. This confidence grows over time, transforming the way you approach relationships and responsibilities. Boundaries shift your perspective from obligation to choice, empowering you to make decisions that align with your values rather than external pressures. Boundaries are not just about refusing requests. They're about creating space for what truly matters. By saying no to what drains you, you open up opportunities to say yes to what fulfills you. This shift not only enhances your well-being, but also improves the quality of your contributions. When your energy is focused on what aligns with your purpose, you operate from a place of abundance rather than depletion. This focus allows you to give more authentically and effectively in all areas of your life. The subtle strength of boundaries lies in their ability to create mutual respect. When you establish limits, you teach others how to engage with you in ways that are constructive and meaningful. This respect is not forced. It's earned through the clarity and confidence of your boundaries. Over time, these limits foster healthier relationships as they encourage open communication and mutual understanding. People who respect your boundaries often become more mindful of their own, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Boundaries also protect your mental and emotional well-being. Without them, it's easy to become overwhelmed by others' demands or expectations. This overwhelm can lead to resentment, burnout, and a sense of losing control. By setting clear limits, you reclaim your autonomy and create a buffer against these negative effects. Boundaries are not about avoiding responsibility. They're about ensuring that your responsibilities don't overshadow your peace. One of the most transformative aspects of boundaries is their ability to empower others. When you set limits, you encourage those around you to take responsibility for their own needs and decisions. This empowerment fosters independence and growth, both for you and for those you interact with. Boundaries are not about withholding help. They're about offering support in ways that are sustainable and mutually beneficial. This balance creates relationships that are rooted in respect and trust rather than dependency. Boundaries also enhance your ability to focus. When you're clear about what you will and won't engage with, you eliminate distractions and create space for what truly matters. This focus not only improves your productivity, but also deepens your sense of purpose. Each boundary you set becomes a declaration of what's important, reinforcing your commitment to your goals and values. This clarity is a powerful motivator, driving you toward a life that is aligned and intentional. As you continue to practice setting boundaries, you'll notice a shift in how others perceive you. Your confidence in saying no becomes a quiet strength that commands respect. People begin to see you as someone who values their time and energy, and this perception often leads to more meaningful interactions. Boundaries are not just about protecting yourself. They're about creating an environment where respect and understanding thrive. Boundaries are also a form of self-care. They allow you to prioritize your well-being without feeling guilty or selfish. By setting limits, you acknowledge your own needs and create space to meet them. This self-care is not indulgent. It's essential for maintaining your energy and focus. When you care for yourself, you're better equipped to care for others and to contribute meaningfully to the world around you. Boundaries are not a luxury, they're a necessity. Over time, boundaries become second nature. What once felt difficult or uncomfortable becomes a natural part of your interactions. You no longer feel the need to over-explain or justify your decisions, as your confidence in your boundaries speaks for itself. This transformation not only enhances your relationships, but also deepens your sense of self-respect. Boundaries are not just a tool for managing others. They're a reflection of your commitment to living a life that is true to your values and purpose. Setting boundaries without drama is an act of quiet strength. It's about creating a life where your energy is focused, your relationships are meaningful, and your actions align with your values. Each boundary you set is a step toward this life, a declaration of your worth, and a reminder that you have the power to choose how you engage with the world. Boundaries are not about keeping others out. They're about creating the space for what truly matters to flourish. Boundaries protect your energy, but sometimes the most profound statement you can make is not being present at all. There's a unique power in absence, one that often goes unnoticed until the void is felt. Walking away from environments that drain your spirit is not just an act of self-preservation, it's a message that reverberates in your absence. When you leave a toxic space, you create a ripple effect that forces reflection on who you were, what you contributed, and what is lost without you. Absence isn't merely about physical separation. It's about the intentional choice to no longer participate in what diminishes your value. This absence disrupts patterns. Toxic environments thrive on repetition, familiar dynamics of disrespect, manipulation, or conflict. When you remove yourself, you interrupt that cycle, leaving those who remain to confront the vacuum you've left behind. Your absence demands attention, not because it seeks validation, but because it challenges the status quo. It forces others to evaluate what was taken for granted and to face their role in creating the environment you chose to leave. The impact of absence is amplified by the way you carry yourself before and after leaving. If you've consistently shown kindness, reliability, or integrity, your absence becomes a glaring contrast to what remains. Toxic environments often fail to value these qualities until they're no longer present. When you step away, those who underestimated your contribution are left to reconcile with the reality of what they've lost. This absence isn't about seeking revenge or creating drama. It's a natural consequence of choosing self-respect over toxicity. Leaving doesn't mean cutting ties impulsively or dramatically. It's about making a deliberate decision to prioritize your well-being. This choice often requires courage, especially when the toxic environment involves people you care about or spaces that once held meaning for you. Walking away doesn't negate those connections or experiences. It acknowledges that your growth requires a healthier foundation. This act of leaving becomes a testament to your strength, a statement that you will not settle for less than you deserve. Absence also creates room for growth, both for you and for those left behind. When you leave a toxic space, you free yourself from the constraints of that environment, allowing your energy to be redirected toward more meaningful pursuits. This absence becomes an opportunity to rebuild, to refocus, and to realign with your values. For those who remain, your departure can serve as a catalyst for change. It forces them to confront the dynamics that led to your leaving, providing an opening for reflection and growth. The power of absence lies in its subtlety. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It speaks through what is no longer there. This silence is its strength, compelling others to notice what they overlooked. Absence forces people to confront their own actions or inactions and to question the dynamics they perpetuated. It's a mirror that reflects the void left behind, one that cannot be ignored or dismissed. Absence also underscores the importance of boundaries. When you choose to leave a toxic environment, you're setting the ultimate boundary, the refusal to tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or negativity. This boundary is not about punishment, it's about self-respect. It sends a clear message that your presence is not guaranteed, that it must be earned through mutual respect and understanding. This boundary, reinforced by your absence, often leads to a re-evaluation of how others interact with you. The ripple effect of absence extends beyond the immediate environment. It influences how others perceive you and how they approach their own relationships. When people see you valuing yourself enough to walk away from toxicity, it sets a powerful example. It encourages others to reflect on their own boundaries and to consider whether they, too, need to make changes. Your absence becomes more than a statement. It becomes a lesson in self-respect and growth. Absence also fosters independence. When you leave a toxic space, you reclaim your energy and focus, rediscovering your ability to thrive without the weight of negativity. This independence is not about isolation. It's about creating a space where you can grow on your own terms. It allows you to explore new opportunities, build healthier connections, and develop a deeper understanding of yourself. This growth reinforces your resilience, making you even more capable of navigating challenges in the future. The decision to leave a toxic environment often comes with a mix of emotions: relief, sadness, fear, or guilt. These feelings are natural, but they are also a testament to the significance of your choice. Leaving isn't about denying these emotions. It's about recognizing that your well-being is worth the discomfort of change. Over time, the clarity and peace that come from prioritizing yourself outweigh any initial doubts or regrets. Absence also allows for perspective. When you step away from a toxic environment, you gain distance from its dynamics, giving you a clearer view of its impact on your well-being. This perspective helps you identify patterns and behaviors that were detrimental, allowing you to make more informed decisions moving forward. It also reinforces your commitment to creating a life that aligns with your values and priorities, free from the weight of negativity. One of the most profound effects of absence is its ability to reveal the strength of your presence. Toxic environments often undervalue what is consistently given. Your absence highlights the void left behind, forcing others to recognize the significance of what they once took for granted. This realization is not about seeking validation, but about affirming the value of your contributions and the importance of respecting them. Absence also challenges others to reflect on their behavior. When you leave, those who contributed to the toxicity are left to face their role in your decision. This reflection is not guaranteed, but it's often unavoidable. The absence of someone who upheld integrity, kindness, or reliability leaves a noticeable gap, one that prompts questions about what led to their departure. This reflection can be a catalyst for change, encouraging growth and accountability within the environment you left behind. Walking away from a toxic space is not just an act of self-preservation, it's an act of courage. It requires strength to choose yourself over familiarity, to prioritize your well-being over the comfort of routine. This courage is a reflection of your resilience, a reminder that you are capable of creating a life that honors your worth. Each step away from toxicity is a step toward a healthier, more fulfilling future. The power of absence lies in its ability to transform. It creates space for growth, fosters reflection, and reinforces the importance of self-respect. It is a silent but profound statement, one that speaks to your strength and commitment to living authentically. In leaving, you not only protect your peace, but also inspire change, both within yourself and in those who are left to confront the void. Absence is not the end, it is the beginning of something greater. Absence reveals strength, but protecting that strength requires vigilance. Energy is finite, and where you choose to direct it defines the quality of your life. Conflict is one of the easiest ways to drain that energy, often leaving you exhausted with little to show for it. Yet, avoiding conflict doesn't mean shrinking or losing your influence. It means mastering the art of discernment, knowing which battles are worth fighting and which are best left untouched. This ability is not about surrender, but about wisdom. Choosing your battles wisely ensures that your energy remains intact and focused on what truly matters. Guarding your energy starts with understanding its value. Every interaction, every reaction, and every conflict requires a piece of your energy. The more you give away carelessly, the less you have for the things that bring purpose and fulfillment. This awareness isn't about hoarding your energy. It's about treating it as the precious resource it is. When you recognize its worth, you become more selective in where you invest it. Not every comment deserves a response. Not every slight deserves retaliation. And not every fight deserves your participation. Avoiding unnecessary conflict doesn't mean avoiding challenges. It means recognizing the difference between what demands engagement and what doesn't. Some battles arise out of ego, a need to prove yourself right, or to defend your pride. These are often the most draining and least productive. Guarding your energy requires humility, the ability to step back and ask whether the conflict serves a purpose beyond immediate satisfaction. When the answer is no, stepping away becomes an act of strength, not weakness. One of the keys to avoiding unnecessary conflict is emotional control. When provoked, the natural reaction is to defend, argue, or lash out. This reaction often feeds the conflict, escalating it further. By remaining calm and composed, you take away the fuel that drives the disagreement. Calmness doesn't mean agreeing or conceding. It means responding with intention rather than impulse. This measured approach not only protects your energy, but also positions you as someone who cannot be easily rattled, earning respect even in challenging situations. Another vital aspect of guarding your energy is understanding the motivations behind conflict. People often project their insecurities, frustrations, or fears onto others, creating tension that has little to do with you. Recognizing this helps you detach emotionally from the situation. When you see that the conflict stems from their internal struggles, it becomes easier to disengage without feeling the need to justify yourself. This detachment not only preserves your energy, but also allows you to approach the situation with empathy or indifference, whichever is most appropriate. Guarding your energy also involves setting boundaries that prevent unnecessary conflict from arising in the first place. Clear boundaries communicate what is and isn't acceptable, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings or overstepping. These boundaries are not about controlling others, but about defining the terms of your interactions. When others understand where you stand, they're less likely to push you into conflicts that drain your energy. Boundaries are proactive tools that protect your peace without requiring constant defense. Another strategy for avoiding conflict is practicing active listening. Many arguments arise from misunderstandings or assumptions. By truly listening to others, you can often diffuse tension before it escalates. Active listening doesn't mean agreeing with everything said. It means showing respect for the other person's perspective, even if you disagree. This respect often disarms hostility and creates a space for constructive dialogue rather than conflict. When people feel heard, they're less likely to push for a fight, preserving your energy for more meaningful conversations. Choosing your battles wisely also means being strategic about when and how you engage. Not all conflicts need to be addressed immediately. Sometimes stepping back and allowing time for emotions to settle can lead to a more productive resolution. This patience is not about avoidance. It's about ensuring that your energy is used effectively. By approaching conflicts with a calm, thoughtful mindset, you increase the likelihood of finding solutions rather than prolonging disagreements. Guarding your energy requires self-awareness. It's easy to be drawn into conflicts out of habit or reflex, especially if you've been conditioned to defend yourself in every situation. Breaking this pattern involves recognizing when you're about to engage and asking whether it's worth your energy. This pause allows you to make intentional choices rather than reacting on autopilot. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, helping you conserve your energy for what truly matters. Avoiding conflict doesn't mean losing influence. In fact, it often enhances it. People are drawn to those who remain composed and focused, even in challenging situations. Your ability to navigate tension without becoming entangled in unnecessary drama sets you apart as a leader and a source of stability. This influence isn't forced. It's earned through your ability to rise above pettiness and prioritize what's important. Others often follow your example, creating a ripple effect that reduces conflict in your environment. Another important element of guarding your energy is learning to let go of the need for validation. Many conflicts arise from a desire to prove oneself or to gain approval. When you free yourself from this need, you become less susceptible to provocations. You no longer feel the urge to defend every decision or explain every action, as your self-worth isn't tied to others' opinions. This independence is liberating, allowing you to focus on your goals without being distracted by unnecessary battles. Guarding your energy also involves embracing perspective. Not every conflict is as significant as it seems in the moment. Stepping back and considering the bigger picture can help you decide whether the issue truly warrants your attention. This perspective often reveals that many disagreements are fleeting and unimportant in the grand scheme of things. By prioritizing long-term goals over short-term frustrations, you preserve your energy for what truly matters. Guarding your energy means cultivating an environment that supports peace and growth. Surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries, share your values, and contribute positively to your life reduces the likelihood of conflict. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations or challenges. It means choosing relationships and environments that align with your priorities. The more intentional you are about your surroundings, the less energy you'll need to spend on managing unnecessary drama. Guarding your energy is not about retreating from the world or avoiding all challenges. It's about being intentional with where you invest your time, focus, and emotions. Each moment you choose to walk away from unnecessary conflict is a step toward a more focused and fulfilling life. By mastering the art of discernment, you ensure that your energy remains intact and available for what truly matters. This balance not only protects your peace, but also strengthens your influence, allowing you to navigate the world with wisdom and purpose. Choosing your battles wisely protects your energy, but the true power lies in how you live your life. Influence is not always about words or direct action. Often the most profound impact comes from the quiet strength of your character. When you embody dignity, self-control, and integrity, you set a standard that others cannot ignore. Stoic dignity is not loud or boastful. It's steady, unwavering, and deeply inspiring. It is a presence that commands respect and sometimes even instills fear, not through force, but by the undeniable power of example. Leading by example begins with living in alignment with your values. People are drawn to authenticity, and when your actions consistently reflect your principles, you build trust and respect. This alignment is rare in a world where many say one thing but do another. When you uphold the virtues you stand for, be it honesty, resilience, or humility, you send a silent but powerful message that your character is non-negotiable. This consistency sets you apart, showing others that dignity is not situational, but a constant. Living with dignity also means maintaining self-control, especially in challenging situations. People often observe how you respond to pressure, conflict, or setbacks. When you handle these moments with calm and composure, you inspire confidence in your steadiness. This isn't about pretending to be unaffected, but about choosing to navigate difficulty with grace. Your ability to remain poised under strain shows others that strength is not about overpowering, but about enduring with integrity. The silent influence of Stoic dignity also lies in the way you treat others. Respecting those around you, regardless of their status or behavior, demonstrates a level of character that is hard to ignore. This respect is not about agreeing with everyone or tolerating negativity. It's about approaching others with kindness and fairness, even when they don't deserve it. By treating others with dignity, you set the tone for how you expect to be treated, creating an atmosphere where respect becomes the norm. Leading by example requires discipline. It's easy to act with dignity when things are going well, but the true test comes during moments of adversity. Discipline ensures that your actions are guided by principles rather than emotions or external pressures. This consistency builds trust and admiration as people see that your character doesn't waver with circumstances. Discipline also reinforces your own sense of self-respect, as you know you're living in alignment with the values you hold dear. Stoic dignity is also about knowing when to act and when to stay silent. Not every situation requires your intervention, and sometimes the most powerful statement is your restraint. By choosing your moments carefully, you demonstrate wisdom and self-control. This selective engagement shows others that you are deliberate in your actions, adding weight to your presence. People respect those who don't seek attention, but command it naturally through their calm and measured approach. Living with dignity also involves taking responsibility for your actions. Blaming others or making excuses erodes trust and respect. When you own your mistakes and strive to learn from them, you show humility and strength. This accountability is a cornerstone of leadership, as it demonstrates that you value growth over ego. People are inspired by those who can admit their flaws while working to improve, as it sets an example of resilience and self-awareness. The influence of Stoic dignity extends to how you handle success. Many are gracious in failure, but become arrogant in triumph. True dignity means remaining grounded, regardless of your achievements. By showing gratitude and humility in your successes, you remind others that your worth isn't tied to external accomplishments. This attitude fosters deeper connections and respect, as people see that you value character over status. One of the most powerful aspects of leading by example is the ripple effect it creates. When you embody virtues like patience, courage, or kindness, you inspire those around you to adopt similar behaviors. This influence is subtle but profound, as it shifts the dynamics of your relationships and environment. People are more likely to emulate what they see than what they are told. Your actions become a guide, showing others what is possible when dignity and principle lead the way. Stoic dignity also involves embracing simplicity. In a world obsessed with appearances and excess, choosing to focus on what truly matters sets you apart. This simplicity isn't about rejecting success or ambition. It's about prioritizing inner values over outward validation. By leading a life of purpose rather than pretense, you show others that fulfillment comes from within. This quiet confidence is both inspiring and intimidating, as it highlights the emptiness of chasing superficial goals. The silent influence of dignity is amplified by your consistency over time. People may not immediately recognize the depth of your character, but as they observe your actions day after day, their respect grows. This consistency is what builds trust and influence, as it proves that your virtues are not fleeting but deeply ingrained. Over time, your presence becomes a source of stability and inspiration, even for those who initially doubted or challenged you. Leading by example also means understanding that your actions speak louder than your words. People are more likely to follow what you do than what you say. When you consistently act with integrity, others take notice, often adjusting their own behavior in response. This influence is not about control, but about inspiration. By living authentically, you create a standard that others strive to meet, not out of obligation, but out of admiration. Dignity also involves letting go of the need for recognition. True leadership isn't about seeking praise or validation. It's about doing what's right because it aligns with your principles. When you act with integrity, without expecting acknowledgement, your influence becomes even more powerful. People respect those who lead selflessly, as it shows a level of character that transcends ego. This humility enhances your presence, making your actions even more impactful. Living with dignity requires courage. It's not always easy to uphold your principles, especially when they conflict with external pressures or popular opinion. However, this courage is what sets you apart. By standing firm in your values, even when it's difficult, you show others that dignity is not about convenience, but about conviction. This steadfastness inspires respect and often leads others to reevaluate their own choices. The influence of dignity also lies in its quiet strength. It doesn't seek to dominate or control, but naturally commands respect through its steadiness. People are drawn to those who exude confidence without arrogance, who lead without demanding obedience. This quiet strength creates a sense of trust and admiration, as it shows that your actions are guided by purpose rather than ego. Your dignity becomes a source of stability for those around you, encouraging them to find their own strength. Leading by example is not about perfection. It's about striving to live in alignment with your values. Mistakes will happen, but how you handle them is what defines your character. By showing resilience, humility, and a commitment to growth, you set a powerful example for others. This authenticity is what makes your influence lasting, as it proves that dignity is not about being flawless, but about being true to yourself. Stoic dignity is a journey, not a destination. It requires ongoing effort, reflection, and commitment, but the rewards are profound. By embodying the virtues you uphold, you create a legacy of respect and inspiration. Your influence extends far beyond words, touching the lives of those around you in ways that are both subtle and transformative. This is the silent power of dignity, a force that inspires without demanding, leads without forcing, and leaves an indelible mark on all who encounter it. Dignity earns respect, but success silences doubt. When you focus on growth and achievement, you create results that cannot be ignored. Words and opinions fade, but accomplishments endure. There's a unique power in letting your success speak for itself. A quiet, unrelenting force that turns skepticism into awe and disdain into irrelevance. Growth is not about seeking approval, but about building a foundation so solid that no one's judgment can shake it. Success, when rooted in effort and authenticity, becomes a statement no critic can challenge. The path to success begins with clarity of purpose. Knowing what drives you provides direction and focus. Growth isn't random, it's intentional. By defining your goals and aligning them with your values, you ensure that your efforts are meaningful. This alignment gives your work a deeper sense of purpose, allowing you to move forward with confidence and resilience. Critics may question your motives, but when your actions consistently align with your purpose, their words lose significance. Purpose transforms your achievements into something greater than personal gain. It turns them into a reflection of your character. Success also thrives on consistency. Achievements are not born from sporadic effort, but from steady, deliberate action. Showing up every day, even when progress feels slow, builds momentum over time. This consistency is what sets you apart. Many people start strong but falter when challenges arise. By staying the course, you demonstrate a level of discipline and perseverance that commands respect. Your consistency becomes a testament to your determination, leaving no room for doubt about your capabilities. Growth requires embracing failure as part of the process. Critics often seize on mistakes, using them as proof of inadequacy. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's a step toward it. Each setback provides an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. By viewing failure as a necessary part of the journey, you strip it of its power to undermine you. This resilience not only fuels your progress, but also sends a powerful message to those who doubt you. Nothing can stop you from moving forward. Letting your success speak doesn't mean seeking validation from others. True growth comes from an internal drive, not external approval. When you focus on your own standards rather than the expectations of others, you free yourself from their judgments. This independence allows you to pursue goals that align with your values, not just those that impress others. Success rooted in authenticity is unshakable because it reflects your true self, not a performance for the sake of acceptance. Effort is the foundation of every achievement. Critics often underestimate the hard work that goes into success, focusing instead on the results. By consistently putting in the effort, you create a body of work that speaks for itself. This effort doesn't have to be flashy or attention-seeking. Its strength lies in its quiet persistence. Over time, your dedication builds a legacy of achievement that no one can dismiss. Effort turns potential into reality and silences those who doubted you with undeniable proof of your capabilities. Success also requires focus. Distractions, whether they come from external criticism or internal doubt, can derail progress. By prioritizing what truly matters, you create a clear path toward your goals. Focus doesn't mean ignoring everything else. It means choosing where to direct your energy. This intentionality ensures that your actions are aligned with your purpose, amplifying their impact. Focus is a quiet discipline, one that often goes unnoticed but makes all the difference in achieving lasting results. Growth isn't just about personal achievement. It's about contributing to something larger than yourself. Success that benefits others carries a weight that individual accomplishments cannot match. When your work creates value for others, it elevates your influence and expands the impact of your efforts. This contribution not only reinforces your sense of purpose, but also inspires those around you. Critics who once doubted your intentions are often silenced when they see the positive ripple effects of your success. Patience is another essential element of success. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and rushing the process can lead to shortcuts or compromises that undermine your progress. By embracing patience, you allow your efforts to unfold naturally, building a foundation that lasts. Patience is a quiet strength, one that shows you're committed to the journey rather than just the destination. This steadiness often surprises those who expected you to give up, reinforcing the power of your determination. Letting your success speak also involves humility. arrogance can overshadow even the greatest achievements, turning potential admiration into resentment. Humility, on the other hand, allows your work to shine without distraction. By acknowledging the contributions of others and remaining grounded in your efforts, you show that success is not just about you. This attitude fosters respect and deepens the impact of your achievements, creating a legacy that extends beyond personal gain. Success isn't just about reaching goals, it's about the person you become in the process. Growth transforms you, building resilience, confidence, and a deeper understanding of yourself. This transformation is often more powerful than the achievements themselves. By focusing on who you are becoming, rather than just what you are achieving, you create a success story that is both inspiring and unassailable. Critics may question your actions, but they cannot deny the strength of your character. Achieving success also requires adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust to changing circumstances is crucial for growth. Adaptability doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means finding new ways to pursue them when obstacles arise. This flexibility demonstrates resilience and creativity, qualities that often earn respect, even from those who initially doubted you. Adaptability turns challenges into opportunities, reinforcing your ability to succeed in any situation. Letting your success speak is not about comparison. Measuring yourself against others diminishes your unique journey and undermines your self-worth. True growth comes from focusing on your own progress, celebrating your milestones, and learning from your setbacks. This inward focus ensures that your success is authentic and sustainable, rooted in your own values rather than external benchmarks. By embracing your individuality, you create achievements that stand out, silencing critics with their originality and depth. Success often intimidates those who lack the courage to pursue their own potential. Your growth highlights their stagnation, prompting criticism or jealousy as a way to deflect their insecurities. Recognizing this dynamic allows you to approach criticism with empathy rather than defensiveness. By staying focused on your goals, you show others that their doubts cannot deter you. This quiet confidence often inspires others to reflect on their own paths, turning initial disdain into admiration. Letting your success speak means staying true to your principles, even as you achieve your goals. Success that comes at the cost of integrity is hollow and unsustainable. By remaining aligned with your values, you ensure that your achievements are both meaningful and enduring. This authenticity not only strengthens your sense of self, but also reinforces the respect others have for you. Your principles become the foundation of your success, making it unshakable in the face of criticism or challenge. As you continue to grow and achieve, your success becomes a testament to your resilience, effort, and authenticity. It speaks louder than any words, turning doubt into irrelevance and setting an example for others to follow. True success is not about proving others wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of greatness. This quiet, unyielding power is what makes you unstoppable. Success leaves a mark, but knowing when to step back can leave an even deeper impression. Walking away is often seen as surrender, but in the realm of strategy and dignity, it is anything but. There is power in knowing when to withdraw, not in defeat, but in strength. Strategic withdrawal is not about avoiding challenges. It is about preserving your energy, protecting your peace, and commanding respect without engaging in unnecessary conflict. It is a power move that demands reflection and signals your control over any situation. Strategic withdrawal begins with understanding the weight of your presence. Every moment you spend in a situation is a decision to contribute your energy to it. Toxic environments, unproductive arguments, or relationships that drain your spirit do not deserve your presence. Walking away from these spaces is not an admission of failure. It is a declaration that your energy is valuable. When you step back, you take that energy with you, leaving a void that cannot be ignored. This absence often speaks louder than any words could. Walking away with dignity means choosing your departure thoughtfully and intentionally. It is not an impulsive reaction, but a measured decision rooted in clarity and purpose. This approach allows you to leave without regret, knowing that your choice aligns with your values. Dignity lies in the grace of your withdrawal, in the quiet confidence that you do not need to fight to prove your worth. By walking away, you show that you are above petty conflicts and unnecessary battles. Strategic withdrawal also disrupts the dynamics of power in a situation. Many people thrive on conflict, drawing energy from the reactions they provoke. When you remove yourself, you deny them that satisfaction. This lack of engagement forces them to confront their actions without the distraction of your presence. It often leaves them unsettled as they realize that their attempts to control or manipulate have failed. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting their behavior back to them. The timing of your withdrawal is critical. Walking away too soon can be misinterpreted as avoidance, while staying too long can drain your energy and compromise your values. Strategic withdrawal requires patience and discernment. It involves recognizing when a situation no longer serves you or aligns with your goals. This awareness allows you to leave at the right moment, maximizing the impact of your departure and preserving your peace. Walking away also creates space for growth. When you remove yourself from environments that stifle your potential, you open the door to new opportunities. This act of letting go is not about abandoning responsibility. It is about prioritizing what truly matters. Strategic withdrawal allows you to focus on what aligns with your purpose, redirecting your energy toward pursuits that enrich your life. This shift often leads to greater clarity, creativity, and fulfillment. The act of walking away is also a powerful boundary. It sends a clear message about what you will and will not tolerate. This boundary is not about controlling others, but about defining your limits and protecting your well-being. When you walk away with dignity, you demonstrate that your self-respect is non-negotiable. This stance often earns respect from others, even if they initially resisted your boundaries. Over time, it sets a standard for how you expect to be treated. Strategic withdrawal is not about silence. It is about choice. It is the decision to engage only in battles that matter, to invest your energy where it will have the greatest impact. This approach requires confidence and self-assurance, as it often means leaving without defending your actions or seeking validation. The quiet power of your withdrawal lies in its finality. There is no need for explanation because your actions speak for themselves. This form of withdrawal also highlights your emotional intelligence. It shows that you understand the dynamics of a situation and are not willing to be drawn into unnecessary conflict. Emotional intelligence allows you to navigate these moments with grace, ensuring that your departure is seen as a sign of strength rather than weakness. By choosing to walk away calmly and confidently, you reinforce your ability to remain composed under pressure. Walking away with dignity is also a lesson in humility. It requires letting go of the need to win every argument or prove every point. This humility is not about conceding defeat, but about recognizing that some battles are not worth fighting. By stepping back, You demonstrate a level of wisdom and maturity that often leaves a lasting impression. This humility, paired with strength, creates a balance that commands respect and admiration. Strategic withdrawal also protects your focus. Engaging in unnecessary conflicts can be a distraction from your goals. By removing yourself from these situations, you free up mental and emotional space to concentrate on what truly matters. This focus not only enhances your productivity, but also reinforces your sense of purpose. Walking away becomes an act of prioritization, ensuring that your energy is directed toward what aligns with your values and ambitions. The impact of your withdrawal is often amplified by your absence. When you leave a toxic or unproductive situation, those who remain are forced to confront the void you leave behind. This absence can prompt reflection and, in some cases, lead to change. Your decision to walk away sets an example for others, showing that it is possible to prioritize self-respect and peace over conflict and chaos. This influence is subtle but profound, often inspiring others to re-evaluate their own choices. Strategic withdrawal also builds resilience. It takes strength to walk away from situations that do not serve you, especially when there is pressure to stay. Each time you choose your well-being over external demands, you reinforce your inner strength. This resilience becomes a foundation for navigating future challenges, giving you the confidence to walk away when necessary. Over time, it becomes a natural part of your approach to life, ensuring that your peace is always protected. Walking away with dignity is not about running from problems. It is about choosing your battles wisely. It is an act of empowerment, a reminder that you are in control of your own narrative. This control is deeply unsettling to those who rely on conflict to feel powerful. Your decision to withdraw removes their leverage, leaving them to confront the reality of their actions. This shift often leads to a newfound respect for your strength and independence. Strategic withdrawal is not a one-time act, but an ongoing practice. It requires constant self-awareness and a commitment to prioritizing your well-being. Each situation is unique, and the decision to walk away must be made with care and intention. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, allowing you to navigate challenges with confidence and clarity. Walking away becomes less about leaving and more about choosing what truly matters. The power of strategic withdrawal lies in its quiet strength. It is not about making a statement or seeking validation. It is about preserving your peace and protecting your energy. By walking away with dignity, you show that your worth is not determined by the opinions or actions of others. This strength commands respect and often leaves a lasting impression, proving that sometimes the most powerful move is to simply walk away. Walking away with dignity shows strength, but staying steadfast under pressure reveals resilience. There is a profound power in quiet endurance, a strength that does not seek attention but commands respect through its unyielding presence. Resilience is not loud or aggressive. It is calm, measured, and persistent. It is the ability to withstand negativity, to endure trials, and to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. This silent strength speaks volumes, leaving an impact that words never could. Resilience begins with a foundation of patience. Patience is often misunderstood as passive waiting, but it is an active discipline. It requires self-control, focus, and a deep understanding that not all battles are won quickly. Patience allows you to weather the storm without losing sight of your purpose. It is the quiet assurance that time is on your side, that the temporary chaos around you will eventually settle. This composure under pressure sends a clear message. You are not easily shaken. Endurance is another cornerstone of resilience. It is the ability to persist, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Endurance is not about ignoring pain or difficulty. It is about facing them with a steady resolve. This quiet strength often catches others off guard. When negativity is met with persistence rather than retaliation, it loses its power. Those who try to break your spirit are forced to confront the reality that their efforts are ineffective. Your endurance becomes a shield, protecting your peace and reinforcing your inner strength. Resilience also involves adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust to changing circumstances is a key aspect of enduring challenges. Adaptability does not mean compromising your values. It means finding new ways to uphold them when faced with obstacles. This flexibility shows a level of resourcefulness and creativity that earns respect. Those who observe your ability to thrive despite difficulties often find themselves inspired by your quiet determination. Silence is a powerful tool in resilience. When faced with negativity, many people feel the need to defend themselves or fight back. However, silence can be far more effective. It denies your critics the reaction they seek, forcing them to confront their own behavior. Silence is not about ignoring the problem. It is about refusing to let it control you. It is a deliberate choice to remain composed, to focus on your goals rather than the distractions around you. This quiet strength often disarms those who try to provoke you, leaving them uncertain of their own actions. Resilience is deeply tied to self-awareness. Knowing your strengths, weaknesses, and limits allows you to navigate challenges with confidence. This self-awareness helps you recognize when to stand firm and when to adjust your approach. It also enables you to maintain your integrity, even under pressure. People respect those who remain true to themselves, regardless of external circumstances. Your ability to stay grounded in your values, even in difficult times, is a testament to your inner strength. Another aspect of resilience is emotional intelligence. Understanding your own emotions and those of others allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Emotional intelligence helps you see beyond the surface of a situation, recognizing the underlying motivations and dynamics. This insight allows you to navigate challenges with empathy and clarity, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for growth. By staying composed and empathetic, you demonstrate a level of maturity that earns respect. Resilience also involves a commitment to growth. Challenges are not just obstacles, they are opportunities to learn and improve. When you approach difficulties with a mindset of growth, you transform them into stepping stones for success. This perspective not only strengthens your resilience, but also inspires those around you. People are drawn to those who see adversity as a chance to grow rather than a reason to give up. Your commitment to continuous improvement sets an example of what is possible when resilience leads the way. Patience and resilience often go hand in hand with persistence. Persistence is the quiet refusal to give up, even when progress is slow. It is the determination to keep moving forward, one step at a time, regardless of the challenges you face. This steady progress often outlasts the negativity of others, proving that endurance is more powerful than any temporary setback. Persistence does not require grand gestures. It is the small, consistent actions that ultimately lead to success. Resilience is also a form of strength that protects your peace. By remaining steadfast under pressure, you create a buffer against negativity, This strength allows you to focus on what truly matters, preserving your energy for the things that align with your values and goals. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges. It is about facing them with a calm confidence that ensures they do not disrupt your inner peace. This stability is deeply impactful, showing others that you are in control of your own narrative. The silence of resilience is not about suppression, it is about mastery. It is the ability to remain composed without ignoring your emotions. This mastery allows you to channel your energy into constructive actions rather than letting it be consumed by negativity. By staying focused on your goals and maintaining your composure, you turn challenges into opportunities to demonstrate your strength. This quiet confidence often leaves a lasting impression, earning respect even from those who doubted you. Resilience also involves letting go of what you cannot control. Worrying about things outside your influence only drains your energy and distracts you from what you can change. By focusing on what is within your power, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and create space for meaningful action. This focus shows a level of discipline and clarity that inspires trust and admiration. People respect those who can distinguish between what matters and what doesn't. And your ability to prioritize reflects your resilience. Resilience is a long-term practice. It requires consistency, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. Each challenge you face strengthens your ability to endure, building a foundation of quiet strength that can't be easily shaken. Over time, this resilience becomes a defining aspect of your character, earning you respect and admiration. It is not about proving others wrong. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable of withstanding whatever comes your way. The power of resilience lies in its quiet persistence. It does not seek recognition or validation, but commands respect through its steady presence. By enduring negativity with patience and strength, you show others that you cannot be broken. This silent strength speaks volumes, creating a legacy of resilience that inspires those around you. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges. It is about facing them with unwavering determination, proving that endurance is one of the greatest forms of power. Resilience anchors you through storms, but confidence elevates you above them. There's a distinct power in carrying yourself with self-worth so unshakable that it needs no explanation. Confidence that doesn't rely on words or external validation creates a presence that speaks louder than any declaration. It radiates an energy that commands attention and respect while disarming negativity. This quiet, assured self-respect intimidates not through force, but through its undeniable authenticity. True confidence begins with knowing your value. When you deeply understand your worth, you no longer feel the need to seek approval or prove yourself to others. This internal acknowledgement shifts your focus inward, where your actions, decisions, and beliefs are guided by what aligns with your values rather than external expectations. This self-assuredness disarms those who rely on undermining others to assert their dominance, as their tactics fall flat against someone rooted in self-worth. Radiating self-worth is about more than believing in yourself. It's about living in alignment with that belief. Confidence grows when your actions consistently reflect your values and priorities. When you honor your commitments, treat others with respect, and pursue your goals with integrity, you reinforce your sense of self. This consistency builds trust, not just with others, but within yourself, creating a foundation of confidence that does not falter under scrutiny or criticism. The silence of self-worth is its most intimidating quality. Unlike boastfulness, which seeks attention, quiet confidence draws people in without demanding it. This lack of outward seeking confuses and unsettles those who are used to gaining power through manipulation or intimidation. When you do not react to their attempts to diminish you, they are forced to confront their own insecurities. Your quiet assurance becomes a mirror, highlighting their need for validation in contrast to your independence. Self-worth is also reflected in how you handle criticism. Confident people are not immune to feedback, but they know how to separate constructive input from unwarranted negativity. By considering criticism thoughtfully without taking it personally, you demonstrate emotional maturity and strength. This ability to stay composed under critique reinforces the impression that you are unshakable, further enhancing the respect you command. Critics often find themselves disarmed by your calm, reasoned response, or lack of reaction altogether. Confidence without words also shines in the way you carry yourself. Your posture, expressions, and movements all communicate self-assuredness before you even speak. Standing tall, maintaining steady eye contact, and moving with purpose all signal that you are comfortable in your own skin. These non-verbal cues create an aura of strength that is difficult to ignore. People instinctively respect those who appear at ease with themselves, even if they cannot articulate why. Radiating self-worth also means setting and upholding boundaries. When you know your value, you refuse to tolerate disrespect or manipulation. These boundaries are not about controlling others, but about defining what you will and will not accept. Upholding them consistently shows that you respect yourself enough to prioritize your well-being. This quiet firmness often leaves a lasting impression, as it demonstrates strength without aggression. People quickly learn that your boundaries are not negotiable, fostering a deeper respect for your character. Another key element of self-worth is the ability to embrace imperfection. Confidence doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from accepting yourself as you are while striving for growth. When you stop chasing perfection, you free yourself from the constant need for external validation. This acceptance is deeply empowering, as it shifts your focus from seeking approval to pursuing authenticity. People are drawn to those who are comfortable with their imperfections, as it signals a level of self-awareness and resilience that is both rare and inspiring. Self-worth also influences the way you interact with others. Confident individuals do not feel the need to dominate conversations or prove their superiority. Instead, they listen attentively, speak thoughtfully, and engage with genuine interest. This approach not only earns respect, but also creates deeper, more meaningful connections. By prioritizing quality over quantity in your interactions, you demonstrate that your confidence is not about impressing others, but about valuing authentic relationships. The power of confidence without words lies in its ability to shift dynamics. People who rely on intimidation or manipulation often find themselves at a loss when faced with someone who refuses to engage on their terms. Your self-assurance disrupts their strategies, forcing them to reconsider their approach. This dynamic is not about overpowering others, but about maintaining control over your own energy and focus. By refusing to be drawn into their games, you establish yourself as someone who cannot be easily influenced or shaken. Radiating self-worth also means taking responsibility for your life. Confident individuals do not blame others for their circumstances. They take ownership of their choices and actions. This accountability is a powerful statement of independence, showing that you are in control of your own destiny. It also fosters a sense of trust, as people respect those who do not shy away from their responsibilities. This ownership further solidifies your confidence, creating a cycle of empowerment and growth. Self-worth is deeply tied to your mindset. Viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to your identity reinforces your confidence. This perspective allows you to approach difficulties with curiosity and resilience rather than fear. Each challenge you overcome becomes a testament to your strength, further solidifying your sense of self. Over time, this mindset transforms the way you navigate life, making you more adaptable, resourceful, and confident. Another critical aspect of self-worth is the ability to celebrate your achievements without needing external validation. Recognizing your own progress and acknowledging your efforts reinforces your confidence. This self-recognition is not about arrogance. It's about valuing your journey and growth. When you celebrate your successes privately, you create a sense of fulfillment that doesn't rely on the approval of others. This internal validation becomes a source of strength, allowing you to navigate life with greater independence. Radiating self-worth also involves embracing solitude. Confidence doesn't come from constant interaction with others. It comes from being comfortable with yourself. Time spent alone allows you to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with your values. This solitude strengthens your self-awareness and reinforces your independence. People who are comfortable being alone often exude a quiet strength that is both intimidating and inspiring. As it shows, they do not rely on external distractions to feel complete. Self-worth influences every aspect of your life, from the decisions you make to the way you carry yourself. It is not about perfection or constant success, but about an unwavering belief in your own value. This belief radiates outward, creating an impact that words could never achieve. Confidence without words is not just about commanding respect. It is about living authentically, with a quiet assurance that speaks volumes. Self-worth shines without words, but it becomes transformative when paired with calm composure. Silence, steadiness, and an unwavering demeanor have a way of turning the focus away from you and onto others. The more composed you remain, the more people are left to face themselves. This is the reflection effect, a powerful phenomenon where your calm presence forces others to confront their insecurities, fears, and behaviors without you needing to say a word. It's not something you wield with intent to harm. Rather, it is a natural outcome of self-possession. The reflection effect begins with your ability to resist reactive behavior. In moments of tension or conflict, most people expect a response, an argument, a defense, or even a moment of weakness. When you deny them that reaction, it creates an uncomfortable silence that amplifies their own words and actions. This silence is not passive. It's a deliberate choice to let the moment belong to them. As they fill the space, they are often forced to examine their own behavior, wondering why they are so desperate for validation or control. Your calm becomes a mirror, showing them the emptiness of their efforts. Calmness disrupts patterns. People who thrive on conflict or manipulation rely on predictable reactions to maintain their power. When you respond with composure instead of anger, confusion, or fear, you break their cycle. They are left with their own unresolved emotions, with no outlet to project them onto. This disruption forces them to deal with the discomfort they've created, highlighting their insecurities in stark relief. Your silence denies them the escape they seek, making them confront their intentions and motivations. Your calmness also communicates a sense of control that can be deeply unsettling to those who lack it. Many people attempt to dominate situations, by provoking emotional responses, believing that control lies in steering others' feelings. When you remain unshaken, it sends a powerful message. Control begins within. This realization can be intimidating for those who depend on external validation or dominance, as it exposes their inability to master their own emotions. Your composure becomes a quiet challenge to their sense of power. Silence also amplifies authenticity. In the absence of reaction, people are left to focus on their own words and actions rather than your response to them. This focus often reveals inconsistencies or contradictions in their behavior, forcing them to confront their own flaws. Your calm presence doesn't accuse or attack, it simply holds space for the truth to emerge. This reflective quality can lead to moments of self-awareness for others, as they begin to see themselves more clearly through the lens of your steadiness. The reflection effect is not about manipulating others into self-realization, it's about staying true to yourself. By maintaining your composure, you prioritize your own peace and integrity over the chaos of external conflicts. This prioritization creates an environment where truth has room to surface. People often see their own insecurities more clearly when faced with someone who does not mirror or amplify them. Your calmness becomes a reminder of what they lack: self-control, confidence, or clarity. And this contrast can spark deep introspection. Your silence also serves as a boundary. It communicates that you will not engage with negativity or be drawn into unnecessary drama. This boundary is not about shutting others out. It's about protecting your energy and focus. People who are used to provoking reactions often find this boundary disarming, as it denies them the emotional leverage they seek. Over time, your refusal to engage in reactive behavior teaches others to approach you with respect and intention, further reinforcing the reflection effect. Composure also creates space for growth, both for you and for those around you. By refusing to react impulsively, you give yourself time to process situations thoughtfully and respond in ways that align with your values. This thoughtful approach often inspires others to do the same. When people see you handling challenges with grace and clarity, they are encouraged to reflect on their own responses and consider how they can approach situations differently. Your calmness becomes a quiet catalyst for positive change. The reflection effect is particularly powerful in situations where others are projecting their insecurities onto you. Instead of defending yourself or retaliating, your silence allows their words and actions to linger in the air. This lingering often reveals the true source of their negativity, an internal struggle rather than anything you've done. By not taking their projections personally, you highlight the disconnect between their behavior and reality, making it harder for them to ignore their own issues. Your calmness also underscores the difference between external conflict and internal peace. Many people are so consumed by external battles that they lose sight of their own inner turmoil. When faced with someone who remains composed and grounded, they are often reminded of the peace they lack. This contrast can be both unsettling and inspiring, as it challenges them to seek the same sense of balance and control. Your calm presence becomes a silent invitation for them to reflect on what truly matters. Patience plays a significant role in the reflection effect. Remaining composed often requires enduring uncomfortable moments without reacting. This patience is not about tolerating disrespect. It's about giving situations time to reveal themselves fully. People who try to provoke you often expect immediate responses, but your willingness to wait disrupts their plans. This patience forces them to confront their own intentions and emotions without the distraction of your reaction, deepening the impact of your calmness. The reflection effect also relies on consistency. A single moment of composure is powerful, but a pattern of calmness is transformative. When you consistently respond to challenges with steadiness and integrity, you create a reputation that precedes you. People begin to see you as someone who cannot be easily shaken, and this perception often leads them to reflect on their own behavior before approaching you. Your consistent composure becomes a standard that others aspire to meet. Your calmness also fosters an environment of accountability. When people cannot deflect their insecurities onto you, they are left to take ownership of their actions. This accountability is not something you impose. It's a natural consequence of your refusal to engage in reactive behavior. By staying true to your values and maintaining your composure, you create a space where others are encouraged to take responsibility for their own emotions and choices. Ultimately, the reflection effect is about creating a space where truth can thrive. Your silence and composure do not seek to expose or humiliate others. They simply hold a mirror up to their actions and intentions. This mirror often reveals truths that are difficult to face but essential for growth. By remaining calm and grounded, you become a catalyst for self-awareness and transformation, not through words or confrontation, but through the quiet power of presence. Calmness reflects the insecurities of others, but authenticity reshapes how they view you entirely. When you choose to live authentically, untethered by the need for approval or validation, you shift the dynamics of every relationship and interaction. There's a quiet, revolutionary strength in breaking free from expectations. It unsettles those who rely on your conformity and earns the respect of those who see the power in living unapologetically. Living authentically is not just about defiance, it's about liberation, reclaiming your life from the grip of external judgments and finally stepping into your truth. Living authentically starts with self-awareness. It requires understanding your values, desires, and boundaries without distortion from outside influences. Many people live their lives in a way that seeks to satisfy others, whether it's family, peers, or societal norms. Authenticity demands that you strip away these layers of imposed expectations and ask yourself, what do you truly want? This clarity isn't always easy to achieve, as it often requires confronting fears, doubts, and ingrained habits. But once you begin to know yourself fully, you create a foundation of strength that no external judgment can undermine. Breaking free from approval seeking is about reclaiming your power. The need for validation often stems from insecurity, a belief that your worth is tied to how others perceive you. When you let go of this need, you take back control of your narrative. Your decisions, actions, and beliefs are no longer shaped by what others think, but by what aligns with your truth. This shift is both liberating and intimidating. Those who once held power over your choices often feel unsettled as their influence fades in the face of your newfound independence. Living authentically means embracing vulnerability. It's not about presenting a perfect image, but about showing up as your true self, flaws and all. This honesty requires courage, as it opens you up to judgment or criticism. However, it also creates a deeper connection with yourself and with others. People are drawn to authenticity because it is rare and refreshing in a world where so many hide behind facades. By being genuine, you inspire others to do the same, fostering relationships built on trust and mutual respect. When you stop seeking approval, you also free yourself from the fear of rejection. Rejection is often rooted in the desire to be liked or accepted by everyone, but living authentically teaches you that not everyone's opinion matters. This realization is empowering. It allows you to focus on the people and experiences that align with your values, rather than wasting energy trying to please those who do not. The fear of rejection loses its grip when you understand that your worth is not diminished by someone else's inability to see it. Authenticity also brings clarity to your relationships. When you live in alignment with your truth, it becomes easier to distinguish between those who genuinely support you and those who are invested in controlling or limiting you. People who respect your authenticity are drawn closer, while those who rely on your conformity often distance themselves. This natural sorting creates space for more meaningful connections and eliminates the strain of maintaining relationships that no longer serve you. Living authentically also requires resilience. Choosing to follow your truth often means facing criticism or resistance from those who feel threatened by your independence. This resistance is not a reflection of your worth, but of their discomfort. Your authenticity challenges their expectations, forcing them to confront their own insecurities. By staying true to yourself despite these challenges, you demonstrate a strength that earns respect over time. It shows that you are willing to endure discomfort for the sake of living a life that aligns with your values. When you stop seeking approval, you also gain freedom from comparison. Authentic living focuses on your unique journey rather than measuring yourself against others. Comparison often breeds dissatisfaction, as it shifts your focus away from what you have and toward what you lack. Authenticity redirects this energy towards self-discovery and growth, allowing you to celebrate your progress without the shadow of envy. This shift is transformative, as it replaces the pressure to compete with the peace of knowing you are enough as you are. Another aspect of authenticity is taking responsibility for your choices. Seeking approval often involves deflecting responsibility as you look to others to validate or guide your decisions. Living authentically requires owning your actions and accepting their consequences. This accountability is empowering, as it reinforces your agency over your life. It also fosters a deeper sense of self-respect, as you learn to trust your judgment and embrace the outcomes of your choices. Authenticity also transforms the way you pursue success. Approval seeking often ties success to external markers, such as status, wealth, or recognition. Authentic living redefines success as alignment with your values and purpose. This shift allows you to pursue goals that genuinely fulfill you, rather than chasing achievements that look impressive but feel hollow. Success becomes a deeply personal journey, one that reflects your truth rather than someone else's expectations. Living authentically also enhances your sense of inner peace. The constant pursuit of approval is exhausting, as it requires you to mold yourself to fit others' expectations. Letting go of this pursuit frees you from the mental and emotional strain of trying to be someone you're not. Authenticity brings a sense of alignment between who you are and how you live, creating a harmony that is both calming and energizing. This peace is one of the greatest rewards of living authentically, as it allows you to face life's challenges with greater resilience and clarity. Breaking free from approval. Seeking is also a gift to those around you. When you live authentically, you model a way of being that is both inspiring and liberating. Your courage to be yourself encourages others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of authenticity and self-acceptance. This impact often extends beyond your immediate relationships, influencing the broader environment in which you live and work. Authenticity is contagious, and your choice to live truthfully can inspire change in ways you may not even realize. Living authentically also involves setting boundaries. Approval seeking often blurs these boundaries as you prioritize others' needs and expectations over your own. Authentic living requires you to define and uphold your limits, protecting your energy and well-being. These boundaries are not about shutting others out, but about creating a space where your truth can thrive. By setting clear boundaries, you teach others to respect your values and priorities, reinforcing the foundation of your authenticity. Choosing authenticity also means embracing impermanence. Approval-seeking often clings to the idea of permanence, striving to maintain relationships, statuses, or identities that no longer serve you. Authenticity, on the other hand, recognizes that growth often involves letting go. By embracing change, you allow yourself to evolve in ways that align with your truth. This openness to impermanence creates a sense of freedom as you release the need to hold on to things that no longer fit your authentic self. Living authentically is not about perfection. It's about progress, about continuously aligning your actions with your values. Each step you take toward authenticity strengthens your self-respect and deepens your sense of purpose. It's a journey of self-discovery, one that requires courage, resilience, and a commitment to your truth. The fear others feel when you stop seeking their approval is not about you. It's about their realization that your strength lies in your independence. By living authentically, you show them, and yourself, that true power comes from within. Authenticity creates freedom, but true influence comes from consistent, quiet strength. In a world that often values noise and spectacle, the enduring power of silent actions is unmatched. Strength that does not shout, but steadily builds a legacy of respect, is what sets certain individuals apart. It's not about seeking attention or demanding recognition. It's about embodying values so consistently that your presence leaves a lasting impact. This unstoppable quiet shapes the way others view you, transforming fleeting impressions into a legacy of strength and influence. Stoic practices form the foundation of this quiet power. The philosophy emphasizes inner discipline, self-control, and deliberate action, all of which contribute to a character that commands respect. Consistency is the heart of this practice. Actions that align with your values, repeated over time, create a reputation that cannot be shaken. This reputation is not built on grand gestures, but on the steady demonstration of integrity, patience, and resilience in everyday moments. The strength of silent actions lies in their authenticity. When your behavior reflects your principles without seeking validation, it becomes a powerful statement of who you are. People are drawn to those who act with purpose, not for applause, but because it is the right thing to do. This quiet alignment creates an aura of trust and dependability, as others come to see you as someone whose actions speak louder than words. This trust forms the basis of lasting influence, as people are more likely to follow and respect those who lead by example. Stoic practices also teach the importance of self-restraint. In a world where reacting impulsively is often the norm, the ability to pause and respond thoughtfully is a rare and valuable skill. This restraint is not about suppressing emotions, but about mastering them, choosing actions that align with your values rather than being driven by temporary feelings. Over time, this discipline creates a sense of stability that others find reassuring. Your ability to remain calm and composed in the face of challenges sets you apart, creating a quiet strength that speaks volumes. Patience is another key element of this legacy. The most impactful actions are often those that take time to build. Stoicism teaches the value of enduring effort, of focusing on long-term goals rather than seeking immediate rewards. This patience is not passive. It is an active commitment to growth and consistency. By persevering through difficulties and maintaining your principles, you demonstrate a strength that is both inspiring and unassailable. This quiet perseverance often leaves a deeper impression than any display of force or urgency. The power of silent actions also comes from their focus on what is within your control. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of directing your energy toward what you can influence, rather than wasting it on things beyond your reach. This focus creates a sense of clarity and purpose that guides your actions. When others see you consistently prioritizing what matters and letting go of what doesn't, they are often inspired to do the same. Your calm focus becomes a model for navigating life's challenges with grace and intention. Humility is another hallmark of the Stoic legacy. Silent actions are not about seeking recognition, but about doing what aligns with your values, regardless of who notices. This humility is deeply impactful, as it shows that your strength comes from within rather than being tied to external validation. People respect those who lead with quiet confidence, as it signals a level of self-assurance that does not need to be broadcast. This humility also fosters deeper connections, as others feel drawn to your authenticity and lack of pretense. The consistency of your actions over time is what builds a lasting legacy. One-off displays of strength or virtue may catch attention, but it is the steady, repeated demonstration of these qualities that earns respect and influence. This consistency is not about perfection, it's about showing up day after day with integrity and purpose. Even when no one is watching, your actions matter. This steadfastness creates a foundation of trust and admiration that grows stronger with time. Resilience is another critical component of the unstoppable quiet. Life will inevitably bring challenges, but the way you handle them defines your legacy. Stoic practices emphasize the importance of enduring hardship with grace, using difficulties as opportunities to grow stronger. By remaining composed and focused during adversity, you show others that true strength is not about avoiding struggles, but about facing them with courage and clarity. This resilience becomes a beacon for others, inspiring them to navigate their own challenges with similar fortitude. Silent actions also create a ripple effect. When you consistently live according to your values, you inspire others to do the same. Your behavior sets a standard that influences those around you, often without you even realizing it. This influence is not about control, but about inspiration, showing others what is possible when strength and integrity guide your actions. Over time, this ripple effect can create a broader impact, shaping the culture of your relationships, workplace, or community. The legacy of silent strength also comes from the way it fosters self-respect. Living according to your principles, even when it is difficult, reinforces your sense of worth. This self-respect radiates outward, creating an aura of confidence and stability that others instinctively respond to. People are drawn to those who respect themselves because it signals a level of self-awareness and authenticity that is both rare and compelling. This quiet confidence often leaves a lasting impression, as it reflects a strength that is rooted in self-mastery. Stoic practices also emphasize the importance of simplicity. Silent actions are often small, deliberate and focused, rather than grand or dramatic. This simplicity is powerful because it removes distractions and allows the essence of your values to shine through. By focusing on what truly matters, you create a sense of clarity and purpose that is deeply impactful. Others are often inspired by this focus, as it shows that strength does not come from doing more, but from doing what matters most. Silent actions also demonstrate respect for others. By leading with humility and consistency, you create an environment where others feel valued and supported. This respect fosters trust and collaboration, as people are more likely to follow someone who leads with integrity rather than ego. Your quiet strength creates a foundation for meaningful relationships, where mutual respect and shared values guide interactions. The unstoppable quiet of Stoic practices also transforms the way you view success. Rather than measuring achievement by external markers, Stoicism teaches you to focus on living in alignment with your values. This redefinition of success allows you to pursue goals that are meaningful and fulfilling, rather than chasing fleeting recognition. By staying true to this perspective, you create a legacy that reflects your authenticity and purpose, leaving a lasting impact that goes beyond material accomplishments. Ultimately, the power of silent actions lies in their ability to create a sense of timeless influence. Words can fade, and grand gestures can be forgotten, but consistent actions leave a mark that endures. The legacy of quiet strength is not about impressing others in the moment. It is about building a foundation of respect and trust that lasts. Through the steady practice of Stoic principles, you create a life that speaks for itself, inspiring others and leaving a legacy that transcends time. True strength lies not in seeking validation, but in mastering the quiet art of influence. When someone doesn't value you, it's tempting to overextend, to try harder, or to demand recognition. But Stoicism offers a different path, one of detachment, self-respect, and unshakable composure. By embodying these principles, you create an aura of confidence that draws others in. The paradox is powerful. The more you stop chasing their approval, the more they are compelled to seek yours. It's not manipulation. It's the natural response to genuine self-possession. The first step in shifting their focus is to remove the need for their validation. When you act as if someone's opinions or actions define your worth, you hand them power over you. Reclaiming that power begins with internal recognition of your value. This is not about arrogance, but about affirming your unique qualities and contributions. When you operate from a place of self-worth, it creates a magnetic energy. People are drawn to those who do not require constant reassurance, as it signals strength and independence. Maintaining your composure under all circumstances is essential. Emotional outbursts or visible frustration signal to others that they hold sway over your emotions. Stoicism teaches the value of calm detachment, not as indifference, but as a form of mastery. When faced with neglect or disregard, your ability to remain steady and unshaken sends a clear message. Your peace is not theirs to disrupt. This quiet resilience often forces others to reevaluate their behavior as they begin to recognize the strength they underestimated. Focusing on your own growth and goals is another critical element. When you pour energy into becoming the best version of yourself, you shift the narrative. Instead of centering your attention on someone who does not value you, you center it on your own development. This change in focus not only elevates your confidence, but also reshapes how others see you. They begin to notice your accomplishments, your self-assuredness, and your independence, which often sparks curiosity and admiration. The art of detachment is key to cultivating influence. By letting go of the need for their attention, you create space for them to come to you. Detachment does not mean ignoring or rejecting them. It means releasing the emotional investment that ties your self-worth to their recognition. This emotional freedom allows you to interact with them from a place of strength and choice rather than need. The absence of desperation often shifts the dynamic, as they sense the shift in power and are drawn to the mystery it creates. Creating boundaries is another way to command respect. When someone does not value you, it's often because they sense a lack of limits. By setting and upholding boundaries, you communicate that your time, energy, and presence are not to be taken for granted. These boundaries are not walls, but guidelines that protect your well-being. When upheld with consistency and calm, they often cause others to reflect on the privilege of being in your life. The realization that your presence is not guaranteed can be a powerful motivator for them to value it more. Consistency in your actions reinforces your worth. People are often skeptical of sudden changes, but when your behavior consistently reflects self-respect and confidence, it becomes undeniable. This consistency is not about proving a point, but about living authentically. Over time, it builds trust and admiration, as others begin to see that your strength is not a facade, but a genuine aspect of your character. This reliability often shifts their perception, as they start to recognize the value they overlooked. Silence can be one of your most powerful tools. When someone dismisses or undervalues you, responding with silence rather than confrontation can have a profound effect. Silence forces them to sit with their own behavior without the distraction of your reaction. It creates a void that often prompts reflection, as they begin to wonder why you have not responded as expected. This pause can lead to a deeper awareness of their actions, and in some cases, a renewed appreciation for your presence. Living authentically is another way to turn the tide. When you align your actions with your values and focus on what brings you fulfillment, you create a life that is inherently attractive. Authenticity is rare, and people are drawn to those who live unapologetically. By prioritizing your own happiness and growth, you shift the focus away from their neglect and onto your thriving. This self-assuredness often catches their attention, as they realize you're no longer seeking their approval, but living for yourself. Another element is mastering non-reaction. People often test boundaries or provoke reactions to assert control. By refusing to engage emotionally, you take back that control. Non-reaction is not passive. It's an active choice to preserve your peace. This restraint often unsettles those who expect a response, as it highlights their inability to affect you. Over time, this composure earns respect and often sparks curiosity, as they begin to wonder how you maintain such unwavering strength. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources, and how you allocate it determines the dynamics of your relationships. When someone does not value you, withdrawing your energy from them and redirecting it toward your goals, passions, and supportive relationships creates a powerful shift. This withdrawal is not about punishment, but about prioritizing what truly matters. As they notice your absence, they are often left to reflect on the value you brought to their life, creating a sense of longing or regret. Confidence without arrogance is another cornerstone of this approach. Confidence rooted in self-awareness and humility is magnetic. It signals that you are secure in your worth without needing to belittle others. This quiet self-assurance often causes those who undervalued you to reassess their perceptions. Confidence that does not demand recognition but simply exists creates a powerful contrast to the insecurity that often drives dismissive behavior. It shifts the dynamic, placing you in a position of quiet influence. Patience is crucial. Shifting how someone views you is not an overnight process. It requires consistent self-respect, unwavering composure, and a focus on your own growth. Patience allows you to stay the course without succumbing to frustration or reverting to old patterns of seeking approval. Over time, as they witness your transformation and the strength you exude, their perspective often changes. What was once undervalued becomes impossible to ignore, and their attention shifts naturally. Through these Stoic principles, detachment, authenticity, composure, and self-respect, you create a presence that commands attention without seeking it. The power lies not in chasing their approval, but in becoming someone they cannot help but admire. This transformation is not about manipulation. It is about reclaiming your worth and living in a way that reflects it fully. When you embody these principles, you not only change how others see you, but also redefine how you see yourself. Reclaiming your worth shifts perceptions, but true mastery is found in how you carry yourself under pressure. Acting as if nothing is bothering you is not about pretending or suppressing your feelings. It is about maintaining composure and strength, no matter what life throws at you. This practice, rooted in Stoic philosophy, allows you to protect your peace, remain unshaken by external forces, and project an aura of resilience that commands respect. When nothing outward seems to faze you, the dynamics around you change entirely. The essence of acting unaffected lies in self-control. In challenging situations, the instinct is often to react emotionally, whether through anger, frustration, or sadness. While these feelings are natural, acting on them impulsively can shift the balance of power. Self-control is the discipline to pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with your values rather than your emotions. By doing so, you show that you are in command of yourself, which can be deeply unsettling to those who try to provoke you. The practice also emphasizes reframing your perspective. When you view external challenges as neutral rather than personal, their impact diminishes. Stoicism teaches that events are neither inherently good nor bad. It is your interpretation of them that gives them weight. By detaching from the need to assign meaning or blame, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil. This detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means focusing your energy on what you can control, while letting go of the rest. This mindset reinforces your composure and makes it clear that you cannot be easily shaken. Maintaining an outward calm is a powerful way to shift the energy in any situation. When others expect a reaction and are met with steadiness, it disrupts their assumptions. This calmness acts as a mirror, reflecting their own behavior back to them. It forces them to confront their intentions and often neutralizes their attempts to provoke you. This approach is not about ignoring conflict, but about handling it with grace and clarity, ensuring that your actions always stem from a place of strength. One of the most effective tools in acting unaffected is silence. Words can escalate tensions, but silence often diffuses them. When you remain quiet in the face of provocation, it denies others the satisfaction of eliciting a reaction. Silence creates a pause that can shift the focus back onto the person seeking to unsettle you, making them more aware of their actions. This quiet confidence speaks volumes, showing that you are not swayed by their efforts. Focusing on your internal dialogue is another crucial aspect. Acting as if nothing is bothering you doesn't mean ignoring your emotions, but managing them internally. By speaking to yourself with calm reassurance, you can navigate difficult moments without outwardly displaying distress. This internal dialogue reinforces your self-mastery and helps you stay grounded, even when circumstances are challenging. It is a practice of aligning your thoughts with your values, ensuring that your actions reflect your true strength. Consistency in this practice builds trust and influence. When people see you maintaining your composure consistently, they begin to view you as a source of stability. This perception often leads to greater respect and admiration, as your calmness becomes a defining aspect of your character. Over time, this reputation creates a sense of reliability that others are drawn to, further solidifying your influence and control over your environment. Focusing on your body language is also key to projecting calmness. The way you carry yourself, your posture, facial expressions, and movements communicates your state of mind before you say a word. Maintaining an open, relaxed posture and a steady gaze signals confidence and ease. These non-verbal cues can often speak louder than words, creating an impression of unshakable composure that influences how others perceive and respond to you. Acting unaffected also requires a deep commitment to your values. When you prioritize living in alignment with your principles over reacting to external pressures, you reinforce your sense of purpose. This commitment serves as a foundation for your composure, allowing you to navigate challenges with clarity and integrity. By staying true to your values, you show that your actions are guided by internal strength rather than external circumstances. This practice is not about suppressing emotions, but channeling them constructively. Feelings of anger or frustration can be powerful motivators when directed toward growth and positive action. By choosing to act unaffected, you redirect this energy into areas that serve your goals and well-being. This redirection not only preserves your peace, but also reinforces your sense of control over your life. The ability to act unaffected also fosters resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and maintaining your composure in the face of adversity strengthens your capacity to endure. Each time you choose to remain calm and focused, you build a foundation of strength that serves you in future challenges. This resilience is not just about surviving difficulties, but thriving in spite of them, showing that your peace and purpose are unshakable. A key benefit of this practice is the clarity it brings to your relationships. Acting unaffected helps you distinguish between those who genuinely support you and those who seek to undermine you. When you remain calm and centered, you make it clear that you will not be drawn into unnecessary drama. This clarity often leads to healthier, more respectful relationships, as others recognize the boundaries you have set. Acting as if nothing is bothering you also shifts the focus away from external validation. When you stop seeking approval or reacting to others' judgments, you reclaim your power. This detachment allows you to live authentically, guided by your own values and goals. It is a declaration that your worth is not defined by others' opinions, but by your own sense of self. The practice of remaining unaffected is a long-term discipline. It requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. Each time you choose to remain calm under pressure, you reinforce your ability to navigate life's challenges with strength and clarity. Over time, this consistency creates a legacy of resilience and influence, showing others that true power lies in the quiet mastery of oneself. Ultimately, acting as if nothing is bothering you is not about pretending or suppressing your feelings. It is about mastering your reactions, maintaining your composure, and protecting your peace. By embodying this strength, you transform how others see and interact with you, creating a presence that commands respect and admiration. This quiet resilience is a testament to the power of Stoic principles, showing that the greatest strength often lies in what is not said or shown. Mastering your reactions and maintaining composure leads to a power that few can challenge. But true dominance lies in mastering timeless principles. Stoic philosophy offers keys to surpassing others, not by defeating them, but by rising above petty conflicts, emotional traps, and societal noise. These keys are not shortcuts. They are enduring practices that refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and elevate your perspective. They allow you to navigate life with clarity, outlast challenges, and quietly surpass those around you. The first key lies in understanding what is within your control. This fundamental Stoic principle sharpens your focus, eliminating wasted energy on things that cannot be influenced. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, like the opinions of others or the outcomes of every situation, you redirect your efforts to areas where your actions truly matter. This clarity not only strengthens your effectiveness, but also sets you apart from those who expend their energy chasing what cannot be changed. It's not about indifference, it's about channeling your energy with precision. Self-discipline is another critical key. Discipline is not about denying yourself, but about mastering your desires and impulses to act with purpose. The ability to choose long-term growth over short-term gratification is a rare and powerful skill. It separates those who are controlled by fleeting emotions from those who create their own paths. Discipline builds trust within yourself as you learn to follow through on your intentions. Over time, this trust becomes a foundation of strength that others notice, respect, and even envy. Emotional control is a hallmark of Stoic mastery. While others may be swayed by anger, fear, or excitement, your ability to remain composed in all situations becomes your advantage. This does not mean suppressing emotions, but understanding and managing them so they do not dictate your actions. Emotional control gives you the upper hand in conflicts, negotiations, and relationships, as people are often disarmed by your calmness. It also allows you to think clearly under pressure, making decisions that are guided by reason rather than reaction. Clarity of purpose is essential for overcoming others. Without a clear direction, it's easy to become distracted by the opinions and actions of those around you. Stoicism teaches the importance of identifying your values and aligning your actions with them. When you are clear about your purpose, external noise loses its power to sway you. This focus not only accelerates your progress, but also creates an aura of determination that others cannot ignore. People are drawn to those who know where they are going and why. Another key is the ability to embrace discomfort. Stoics understood that growth often comes through challenges, not ease. By willingly facing discomfort, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, you build resilience that outlasts those who avoid difficulty. This willingness to endure what others shy away from becomes a defining strength. It shows that you are not afraid to confront obstacles, and it earns respect from those who see your determination. Embracing discomfort also prepares you for the unpredictable nature of life, ensuring you remain steadfast no matter what comes your way. Detachment from external validation is another transformative practice. The desire for approval can be a powerful distraction, pulling you away from your goals and making you dependent on others' opinions. Stoics emphasize the importance of finding fulfillment within yourself, rather than seeking it externally. When you detach from the need for recognition, you free yourself to act authentically and decisively. This independence often catches others off guard, as they realize their influence over you is limited. It also cultivates a quiet confidence that speaks louder than any words. Patience is a skill that few master, But it is one of the most powerful tools for surpassing others. While many rush to achieve quick results, patience allows you to take deliberate, calculated steps toward your goals. It ensures that your actions are sustainable and aligned with your values. This long-term perspective often outlasts the efforts of those who act impulsively or give up too soon. Patience also signals a level of self-control and foresight that others find both admirable and intimidating. The ability to listen deeply is an often overlooked key to influence. While many focus on being heard, Stoics recognize the power of truly understanding others. By listening without judgment or interruption, you gain insights that others miss. This understanding allows you to navigate situations with empathy and precision, making decisions that resonate on a deeper level. Deep listening also builds trust, as people feel valued and respected in your presence. This trust often translates into greater influence and cooperation. Adaptability is another key to surpassing challenges and competitors. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust to changing circumstances is crucial for maintaining momentum. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what can be done in the present moment, even when plans go awry. This adaptability allows you to find solutions where others see only obstacles. It also shows a level of resilience and creativity that sets you apart. By remaining flexible, you demonstrate that your strength lies not in rigid plans, but in your ability to thrive in any situation. Gratitude is a practice that enhances your perspective and resilience. While it may seem unrelated to competition, gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. By recognizing what you already have, you cultivate a mindset of sufficiency that reduces envy and fear. This contentment does not breed complacency. Instead, it gives you the confidence to pursue your goals without desperation. Gratitude also fosters a sense of balance, ensuring that your efforts to surpass others do not come at the cost of your peace or integrity. Each of these Stoic keys builds on the others, creating a foundation of strength, focus, and resilience. They are not about overpowering others, but about mastering yourself so completely that external challenges lose their ability to derail you. By practicing these principles consistently, you create a quiet power that commands respect and inspires emulation. These keys are not just tools for success. They are the building blocks of a life that transcends competition, rooted in purpose and authenticity. Mastering the keys to surpassing challenges and competitors is empowering, but the way you speak to yourself holds an even deeper potential. Your internal dialogue shapes your perception, influences your decisions, and sets the tone for what you attract into your life. The Stoics understood this well. Words are not just spoken outwardly, but also form the foundation of your inner world. How you address yourself is not merely self-talk. It's the blueprint for the reality you create. Choosing the right words can transform your mindset, align your actions, and open the path to achieving what you truly desire. The first step in speaking to yourself effectively is to acknowledge the power of language. Words carry weight, even when they're unspoken. Repeated affirmations, thoughts, and beliefs become internalized truths over time. If your self-talk is filled with doubt or negativity, it reinforces limitations. However, when you frame your internal dialogue in empowering, constructive terms, you reprogram your mind to focus on possibility and growth. The language you choose is a signal to your subconscious, guiding it toward the outcomes you want to manifest. Speaking to yourself with compassion is essential. Many people are harsher on themselves than they would ever be toward others. This harshness creates self-doubt, anxiety, and a fear of failure that stifles progress. By treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend, you create a supportive inner environment. Compassionate self-talk encourages resilience, helping you to recover quickly from setbacks and maintain focus on your goals. Clarity is another critical element of your internal dialogue. Vague, unfocused thoughts create confusion and indecision. Speaking to yourself clearly and directly about what you want helps solidify your intentions. Clarity allows you to break down overwhelming goals into manageable steps, making them feel achievable rather than daunting. When your self-talk is precise, it becomes a roadmap, guiding your actions with purpose and direction. Your internal dialogue should also focus on gratitude. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, highlighting what you already have rather than what you lack. This shift is not just about feeling good. It changes the energy you bring to your pursuits. When you speak to yourself with appreciation, you align with a mindset of sufficiency, which attracts more opportunities and positive outcomes. Gratitude also keeps you grounded, reminding you to value the journey as much as the destination. Confidence in your self-talk is vital. Doubt often creeps in when you question your ability to achieve your desires. Speaking to yourself with conviction reinforces belief in your capabilities. Confidence in your internal dialogue is not about blind optimism, but about trusting your preparation, effort, and resilience. When you affirm your ability to handle challenges, you build the mental fortitude to face them head-on. This confidence radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and respond to you. Speaking to yourself with intention means focusing on what you want rather than what you fear. Fear-based self-talk creates resistance, as your energy becomes consumed by avoiding negative outcomes. Intentional dialogue, on the other hand, channels your thoughts toward possibilities and solutions. This focus on what you want generates momentum, attracting circumstances and opportunities that align with your goals. Intentional self-talk also reduces stress, as it shifts your energy from worry to action. Flexibility in your inner dialogue is equally important. Life is unpredictable, and rigid thinking can lead to frustration and disappointment. By speaking to yourself with openness and adaptability, you create space for growth and learning. This flexibility allows you to navigate obstacles without losing sight of your goals. It also encourages creative problem-solving, as you remain willing to explore new perspectives and approaches. Flexible self-talk reinforces the idea that setbacks are temporary and often pave the way for unexpected opportunities. Speaking to yourself in the present tense is a powerful way to align your mindset with your goals. Instead of framing desires as distant possibilities, affirm them as current realities. This shift creates a sense of immediacy and commitment, motivating you to take action. For example, saying, "I am capable of achieving this," carries more weight than "I hope to achieve this." Present tense affirmations reinforce the belief that you are already on the path to success, fostering confidence and determination. Your self-talk should also be grounded in realism. While positive affirmations are powerful, they must be believable to be effective. Overly idealistic statements can create cognitive dissonance, where your mind rejects them as untrue. Grounding your affirmations in realistic, achievable terms ensures that they resonate. For instance, instead of saying, "I am perfect," you might say, "I am constantly improving and growing." This realistic framing makes your self-talk feel authentic and actionable. Self-talk should also emphasize effort over outcomes, Focusing solely on results can create pressure and anxiety, especially when progress feels slow. By acknowledging and celebrating your efforts, you build a sense of accomplishment and motivation. Effort-focused dialogue reinforces the idea that growth is a process, not an instant result. It encourages persistence and resilience as you recognize that each step forward is valuable, regardless of the final outcome. The tone of your self-talk matters as much as the content. A supportive, encouraging tone creates a sense of partnership with yourself, while a critical or dismissive tone can undermine your confidence. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself. Are you motivating or berating yourself? Adjusting your tone to be nurturing and empowering fosters a positive inner environment, making it easier to stay focused and energized. Speaking to yourself with curiosity can also open new possibilities. Instead of framing challenges as failures, approach them with questions like, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I grow from this experience?" Curiosity shifts your mindset from judgment to exploration, helping you find opportunities in difficulties. This approach also reduces fear of failure, as you view setbacks as valuable lessons rather than permanent obstacles. Self-talk should reflect your values. When your internal dialogue aligns with your principles, it creates a sense of integrity and purpose. This alignment ensures that your actions are guided by what truly matters to you, rather than external pressures or fleeting desires. Value-based self-talk strengthens your sense of identity, making it easier to stay committed to your goals and resist distractions. By refining the way you speak to yourself, you create a foundation for attracting what you desire. Your internal dialogue becomes a powerful tool for shaping your mindset, guiding your actions, and aligning your energy with your goals. These practices are not about wishful thinking, but about deliberate, consistent effort to build a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. When your self-talk is rooted in Stoic principles, it transforms not only how you think, but also what you achieve. Mastering the art of self-talk builds inner resilience, but what happens when you face people who dismiss or undermine that strength? Encountering disrespect tests your ability to stay composed and hold on to your values. Stoic philosophy offers practical wisdom for navigating such moments with dignity, clarity, and confidence. Handling disrespect is not about forcing others to see your worth. It's about maintaining control over your actions and preserving your peace. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to demonstrate strength without unnecessary conflict. The first way to address disrespect is to focus on your own reactions. Disrespectful behavior often thrives on eliciting emotional responses. By staying calm and composed, you deny the other person the satisfaction of seeing you unsettled. Your reaction, or lack thereof, sets the tone for the interaction. When you respond with measured words or silence, you take control of the situation. This restraint is not about weakness. It's about asserting your strength in a way that speaks louder than anger or defensiveness. Setting boundaries is another key strategy. People who disrespect others often test limits to see how far they can push. By calmly and firmly establishing what is acceptable, you make it clear that you value yourself. Boundaries are not about creating walls, but about defining what you will and will not tolerate. Communicating these limits with confidence and consistency ensures that others understand the consequences of overstepping. Respect often begins where clear boundaries are drawn. Detachment is a powerful tool when facing disrespect. When you detach emotionally from others' behavior, you free yourself from their influence. This detachment is not indifference, but a conscious choice to prioritize your peace over their negativity. By refusing to internalize their disrespect, you preserve your energy and focus. Detachment also allows you to see the situation more objectively, helping you respond with clarity rather than being clouded by emotion. Choosing your battles wisely is essential. Not every instance of disrespect requires a response. Stoicism teaches the importance of conserving energy for what truly matters. Engaging in every conflict can drain you and distract from your goals. Assess whether addressing the behavior will lead to a meaningful resolution or if it's better to let it pass. Silence or a composed exit can often send a stronger message than confrontation, demonstrating that their behavior is not worth your attention. Maintaining your integrity is perhaps the most important strategy. Disrespect often tempts people to stoop to the same level, but responding with kindness, patience, or dignity shows true strength. Integrity means acting in alignment with your values, regardless of how others behave. This consistency builds self-respect and often earns the respect of others over time. It also ensures that you remain true to yourself, which is far more important than winning a temporary argument. Understanding the root of disrespect can provide valuable perspective. People who act disrespectfully often project their own insecurities or frustrations onto others. Recognizing this doesn't excuse their behavior, but helps you see that it is more about them than it is about you. This understanding can make it easier to respond with compassion or neutrality, rather than taking their actions personally. Viewing disrespect through this lens allows you to navigate it without internalizing it. Focusing on your long-term goals can help you handle disrespect more effectively. When you are clear about what you are working toward, minor conflicts or slights become less significant. This focus keeps you grounded, ensuring that you don't get derailed by negativity. It also signals to others that your attention is on higher priorities, which can shift the dynamic and reduce their attempts to provoke you. Practicing empathy can also be a powerful response. While it may seem counterintuitive, responding to disrespect with empathy can diffuse tension and change the tone of the interaction. Empathy doesn't mean accepting poor treatment, but acknowledging that the other person may be acting out of their own pain or struggles. By approaching the situation with understanding, you demonstrate emotional maturity and strength. Another way to address disrespect is to lead by example. Treating others with respect, even when they don't reciprocate, creates a powerful contrast. It shows that your behavior is guided by your values, not theirs. Over time, this consistency can influence others to reflect on their actions and adjust their behavior. Leading by example also reinforces your own commitment to integrity, ensuring that you rise above negativity rather than being dragged down by it. Focusing on your self-worth is critical. Disrespect from others can only impact you if you allow it to. By affirming your value to yourself, you create an internal shield against external negativity. Self-worth is not about arrogance, but about recognizing that your value is not determined by others' opinions or actions. When you hold this belief firmly, disrespect loses its power to affect you deeply. This internal strength allows you to navigate such situations with confidence and grace. Stoicism provides a roadmap for handling disrespect without losing your composure or compromising your values. These principles are not about avoiding conflict, but about approaching it with wisdom and strength. By mastering your reactions, setting boundaries, and staying true to your integrity, you create a presence that commands respect. Each instance of disrespect becomes an opportunity to demonstrate your resilience and reinforce your commitment to living with dignity and purpose. Handling disrespect with grace and resilience not only fortifies your inner strength, but also sets a foundation for a life of vitality and growth. Yet, while mental strength is crucial, the way we approach our daily habits also profoundly impacts how we age. Small choices, repeated over time, can either speed up the aging process or slow it down significantly. Aging gracefully isn't about expensive remedies or unattainable routines. It's about understanding and avoiding key habits that silently steal your youth and vibrancy. One of the most overlooked contributors to premature aging is chronic stress. The mind and body are intricately connected, and prolonged stress wreaks havoc on both. It accelerates cellular aging, compromises immune function, and diminishes overall vitality. Learning to manage stress is a form of self-care that goes beyond the surface. Simple practices like mindful breathing, regular physical activity, and prioritizing sleep are vital for restoring balance. Stoic practices of reframing challenges and focusing on what is within your control provide powerful tools for stress management, allowing you to approach life with greater calm and resilience. Poor dietary choices are another silent thief of youth. A diet high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats leads to inflammation, one of the leading drivers of aging. Inflammation accelerates damage to cells and tissues, contributing to everything from wrinkles to chronic diseases. Prioritizing whole, nutrient-dense foods such as vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats supports not only physical health, but also mental clarity and energy. Hydration is equally critical. Water is essential for maintaining the elasticity and function of your skin and body. A well-nourished body radiates vitality, while poor nutrition reflects itself in dullness and fatigue. Neglecting physical activity is another factor that speeds up aging. Movement is life, and a sedentary lifestyle weakens the body, stiffens joints, and diminishes cardiovascular health. Regular exercise, whether it's walking, strength training, or yoga, improves circulation, boosts mood, and strengthens muscles. It also supports the production of endorphins, which enhance mental well-being. Prioritizing physical activity isn't about achieving an ideal physique, but about maintaining the strength and agility needed to enjoy life fully at any age. Every step you take toward staying active is a step toward longevity and vitality. Holding on to negativity also contributes to aging faster than you might realize. Harboring grudges, dwelling on past hurts, or consistently focusing on the negative aspects of life creates emotional weight that reflects physically. Negativity impacts stress levels, disrupts sleep, and drains energy. Practicing forgiveness and gratitude is not just about emotional well-being, but also about lightening the mental load that accelerates aging. Gratitude fosters a sense of contentment, while forgiveness allows you to release the grip of resentment, paving the way for a more peaceful and youthful spirit. Overexposure to harmful environmental factors, such as UV rays and pollution, is a significant driver of premature aging. While some exposure to sunlight is beneficial for vitamin D synthesis, prolonged and unprotected exposure damages the skin, causing wrinkles, age spots, and loss of elasticity. Using sunscreen, wearing protective clothing, and seeking shade during peak sun hours are simple yet effective ways to protect your skin. Additionally, minimizing exposure to environmental toxins, whether from smoking or pollutants, helps preserve the vitality of your skin and overall health. Ignoring the importance of quality sleep is another common factor that accelerates aging. Sleep is when the body repairs and regenerates itself. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts this process, leading to dull skin, weakened immune function, and cognitive decline. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a calming bedtime routine, and optimizing your sleep environment are essential steps to ensure restorative rest. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a cornerstone of health and longevity. Prioritizing sleep allows your body and mind to function at their best, helping you face each day with renewed energy and clarity. Living without purpose or connection can silently drain your vitality over time. A life filled with meaningful relationships, fulfilling activities, and a sense of purpose fuels your spirit and keeps you engaged. Social isolation and aimlessness, on the other hand, can lead to feelings of emptiness and stagnation. Staying connected with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, and contributing to your community create a sense of belonging and joy that enriches your life and slows the aging process. Purpose provides a reason to wake up each day with enthusiasm, while connection fosters the emotional nourishment that keeps you feeling young at heart. Avoiding these 7 pitfalls isn't about fear or vanity. It's about cultivating habits that honor your body, mind, and spirit. When you take care of these aspects of your life, you enhance not only your physical health, but also your emotional and mental well-being. Aging gracefully is not about resisting time, but about thriving within it, making choices that empower you to live fully and vibrantly, no matter your age. Each small step you take today builds a foundation for a healthier, more radiant tomorrow. True power lies not in loud confrontation, but in quiet mastery. Through these silent actions rooted in Stoic philosophy, you've uncovered the path to commanding respect, preserving your peace, and rising above negativity. Each lesson is a testament to the strength of restraint, the value of composure, and the influence of unwavering confidence. By mastering these principles, you've learned not just how to silence those who despise you, but how to transform their perception entirely, without ever losing sight of your own dignity and purpose. As you apply these lessons, remember that true victory is not in proving others wrong, but in living so authentically and powerfully that their judgments fade into irrelevance. Let your actions speak louder than words. Let your resilience build your legacy, and let your peace be the shield that nothing and no one can disrupt. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these silent actions resonates with you the most? And how do you plan to incorporate it into your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to keep growing. If you found value in these insights and want to continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join us on this journey to mastering the art of a powerful and purposeful life.